Hey Corey, how's it going? Hey Corey, how's it going? Just about there, gang. Give me a second. Okay, I think we got her now. Oh, we're about 7 minutes early, but it's okay. I got another ship this afternoon, so that makes two ships today, which is good. The Nothing spectacular. There wasn't any spectacular ships, but I try to catch them all when I can because you never know. Somebody might have people on board or know somebody or whatever. Because lots of times the crew come out and wave at people on shore. The Mad Props, hey, how you doing? The the Yeah, I got two done today. I didn't. This is gonna sound crazy, but I almost drove over to Canada to see if they had another Neo, which I don't need, because I went and looked at the smart controller number 2, and they're like $500 just for the controller. That's the only way I could see that I could fly the Neo. But yeah, can't fix shit. There he is. No, it's just Tuesday night. Everybody's getting ready for the big debate. I think it's on at 8 o'clock. JDS, how's it going with you? JDS is a nurse and he's been busy, I'm sure. I agree, man. Props. It really, it don't have any use for it, but that hasn't stopped me in the past for at least having one. But I should have learned my lesson when I had the one and I passed it on to AZ. Then I went over and got another one, passed that on to AZ. So, but I understand they're all out of them now. The second one I bought that specifically for Joe, but he didn't want it because of it's got the regular gray controller. So I get it. I think it was kind of a premium price because um, it ended up like $370 US for the Flymore combo with the 3 batteries, the charger, the controller, and the drone. Yeah, I know. That's exactly what I bought it for. And then when it took off out in my backyard out of my hand, and I didn't have any control of it, I don't like that. I like to be in control of my drone. It just makes me nervous. Dominic,
Yeah, good evening.
good evening, Dominic, or good morning to you.
Yeah, it's good morning here. Okay, let's check what's going on in the chat.
I don't know if there's betting in Vegas or not. How many cackling giggles that she like,
It's probably a drink. It was probably a drinking game.
yeah,
Drink every time she laughs.
yeah. What a piece of work she is.
Yeah. Uh, yeah.
She's one of those kind of people you've met before, I'm sure.
Hmm.
That'll tell you what she thinks that they want you to hear, that you
Hmm.
want them to say. Not
Yeah.
that that's what they feel or they think or whatever. It's just
Yeah, I know.
that's what they really believe that you want to hear.
Yeah.
Hey, Justin, how's it going?
So,
Okay. It's all happening. Oh, okay. Hmm. Morning, Joel.
what's up, Randy, JDS, Joel, Brenda,
Yeah,
Corey, what's up?
JDS is here.
Yes. Not first yet, but hey, Randy. Okay.
Hey,
And then
Brenda.
Mark.
Mark White's here. Yep.
mm-hmm. Okay.
Corey says, "Hey, Justin and Dominic." Oh, here comes David.
Yes.
Oh, there is some volume.
Hello.
Hey, David, what's going on?
Hello,
Hey, how you
everybody.
doing?
Hey, how you doing, Mark?
Hi, Mark.
There is not much going on.
You sound like you got a
David.
cold. Little stuffy.
Who's that?
Yeah.
You, David.
Nah, just tired. Hey, your microphone is up there because Rito's been playing with it again.
Ah,
Left the keys in the back door earlier
Oh, no.
when I was sorting out something, and Rito decided he was going to try and open the door.
Nah.
Little fucker.
well, that's what family's for. They're always looking for opportunity.
Hey, Skyfly.
And the hardest part of your job, besides taking care of them, is to limit their opportunities
Hmm.
or control them.
Oh, the little shit.
So, Justin, what's up for you? What are you up to today? He's
Not much,
sure.
obviously.
Yeah, not much.
You've been gaming today?
Not really. For a little bit with Laura, but I'm busy doing other stuff today.
Are you going to watch the debate tonight,
It's
Justin?
already on, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll probably check it out.
It's already going, isn't it?
Hold on. No, I don't think it's on till later tonight.
Wait, why the BBC got a live then?
Hmm.
Do we really need a
They've
build
probably
up
got
to
to
this?
do their pre.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah,
on
they've got to do
till.
their pre-match warm-ups.
Yeah, live, Donald Trump.
Yeah, it's not till 10 p.m., 9 p.m. Eastern. Because
Yeah.
it's probably a pre-thing.
Yeah. Neither candidate set to grant Ukraine top wish. What's going on in the polls? Who gives a fuck?
Hmm.
Political merch on sale near debate venue. No. Joe Biden seeing 50 million miles away, trying to find venue. Voters in Pennsylvania split on economy, abortion, and gun laws.
Did you say Pennsylvania?
Pennsylvania.
That's not what it sounded like first then.
I'm sure they're interested in gun laws in Pennsylvania. We need more guns.
Depends on what state you're in.
Oh, BBC is just full of crap.
About 34, 35 states are super pro gun, and then there's a handful of them that don't really like them.
California hates them.
I'm going to say California must be one of them.
But yeah, a good majority of your states are all pro gun. There's just a few of them that are. I think it was New Jersey. I think has the strictest laws. I think it's New
Yeah, they're a
Jersey.
bunch of retards there anyway, aren't they? Everybody slugs off New Jersey.
Mhm.
Even Leonard. Yeah, because Leonard says in Big Bang Theory, he goes, "I'm from New Jersey, New Jersey, you jerk." And then he
That's
goes,
Connecticut.
and yeah, Sheldon goes, "How do I know you're from New Jersey? You said this." And he goes, "Who would admit they're from New Jersey, you jerk?"
Yeah, top three worst are California, New Jersey, and Connecticut.
I'll be back.
Oh, God.
That was my tenant just came and took all of my stuff I don't want from the Meals on Wheels.
Actually,
Joe, how's
you
the
have-
storm going down there?
Well, it's still coming. It's still coming our way.
Up
We're not
here.
getting anything yet. I moved my car.
Yeah,
Oh, he's supposed to hit you till tomorrow, right?
But we're gonna start feeling it late tonight. But it's slowing down, and that's pissing me off.
Well, they don't have a 2 on it anymore, just a 1.
I can.
That's good then.
Yeah. It's because it's too close to land. If it was farther out in the Gulf, you'd be screwed.
Well, it's supposed to get to be a 2 right before it gets to us.
That's what it was
Well, it's
showing
still-
yesterday, but it's
Yeah, well, they were saying that a minute ago still. They're saying it might turn into a 2 right before it hits shore and go right back.
but see, the good thing is though, is it's hugging Mexico and Texas, which is kind of killing it a little bit. It's not allowing it to gain too much strength. If it was farther east, oh yeah, it would probably get to a 3 or 4.
But I'm in a cone now where they're saying they're expecting 10 plus inches of rain. They have a line that's gonna train, right? Guess what it's over? It's over me.
yeah.
So I have a rain train coming. And they're saying 10 to 15 inches of rain in the next 24 hours.
Yeah, you better get your car moved.
I moved it already.
Oh, did you? All right.
It was funny. I walked out there, threw some trash away, and I started to move it. And as I was getting in the car, it started to sprinkle a little.
Oh,
So you're right here. Yesterday it was showing a 2 down here and then it went to a 2
Yeah.
right here, but now it's just showing a 1. So hopefully it doesn't gain any strength. I said with that
Well, it's got
hugging
some-
this area here, that's kind of not letting it get too powerful. If it was
Well, it's
over
got some
here,
wind shear coming in too.
right? If it was out here though in the open water, you'd be
No,
really
we'd be
screwed.
in world shit.
can't you zoom
Yeah.
that in to show us where he's at?
Yeah, he's like right here,
No,
right?
go up.
Just
No, go left. Up.
Left.
You see that
lake
line
right
on the
there?
Lake Pontchartrain,
right,
right?
right here.
Go up a little bit, go up a little bit, right down, 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 right up in that area.
Yeah, he's right around here.
Right in the pen.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
see that yesterday it was showing this line was here.
Right.
So it shifted some. Cause this whole cone was going like right on the edge of Joe. Now
Mhm.
it's starting to move over top of him more. But like I said yesterday too, that 1 was a 2. The day before that, that 1 was a 2. So it's supposed to go 1, 2, and then 2, and then hit. But it seems to be losing its strength to a certain extent.
Well, even a 1's got high winds, right?
I mean, it's manageable.
Well, they're saying we're gonna
Not
get
crazy ones.
between they're estimating last time I heard, and the new stuff's coming out now. But the last thing I heard around 1 o'clock was that they were expecting us up here to get 76 to 90 mile an hour winds.
I mean, that's bad, but most houses ain't gonna move from that.
No, the houses are probably, you might lose a shingle here or there or some other things, but
Right.
hey, TJ.
What's that?
Like here, it would definitely be noticeable here, but I wouldn't be tripping out. If anything, you just gotta worry about falling trees. That's your biggest concern.
Hmm.
So what'd you do today, TJ? Did you work?
Look
He
what I
got his new
got.
stickers.
I got my new stickers.
Ah,
Uh,
So I have a question for you.
Mrs.
Yeah, what's your
Sticker.
question?
Right. So what's about to hit Joe is classed as a hurricane. But we've got stronger winds and more rain.
What's up,
And
Brenda?
it's just classed as
Brenda,
normal
what's up?
weather.
Don't know.
Joel,
Yeah,
what's going on?
I don't know why they don't classify it.
I mean,
Yo,
Norway's getting the
JPS,
full
what's
brunt of
up?
it.
That's what I was listening to this morning when you were saying, yeah, we'll get 70-mile-an-hour winds or whatever. That's hurricane strength.
So has it hit yet or not yet, or is it close or?
Meanwhile, in Scotland, they call it a breeze.
Hmm.
This time tomorrow, I'll be in the middle of it.
Oh, you'll be in the middle of it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Or this time tomorrow?
Yeah, because if you look at this,
What's up, Tim?
this is right now over
Yeah.
between the UK and Norway.
Oh, goodness. That looks
That's where
pretty
we are
gnarly.
down here. But yeah, you over here. The only thing I will
David,
say is,
why is your parrot holding a screwdriver?
Why
it's
not?
going to fix your drone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, look, that's exactly the same as what we've got.
Hmm.
In fact, yours is slightly.
Yeah, so I went out and flew this morning for a little while, and then it started raining, and then we left and
Hmm.
went to
That's
we
not
went
good news.
we went and stopped at
All calm in Australia.
we went to
Yeah,
like
at the
stopped at
moment.
Wendy's or
Yeah, not
McDonald's.
below it though.
Yeah.
Look at
If
this.
they travel southwest, are in trouble again with our 100-kilometer winds.
Look at these two just here.
That's on its way to New Zealand.
Yeah. What's going on this side of the planet?
Yeah, it's raining here today.
Precious. Looks up.
That's just wind patterns, though. That's not actual hurricanes.
It's
That's
storms.
where the wind is.
Well,
Right,
little
but it's not
swells.
hurricane type storms. Storms is what I'm saying.
Well, that's what I was asking. Why, when we get 75-mile-an-hour winds to 110,
Yeah, it's just
do they class it as a storm, just a normal daily weather? When you guys get it, it's classed as a hurricane.
It's all depending on the tropical characteristics. Because y'all could have 75-mile straight line winds, which is just a regular wind being picked up. That doesn't have any rain or anything in it or any. I don't even know how they do this.
Oh, I can assure
humidities and
you.
stuff.
Let me just
Oh,
get
it's
the.
lovely. Yeah.
Can I get the UK map up on this? Oh, for God's sake! Don't zoom in. Fucking stupid thing. Oh, God's sake! What the hell? What the? Right, you can just pack that in.
Pack it in.
That's the rain right now.
Hi,
If I-
Tim.
It's got a circular motion. I don't see why they don't call it a hurricane.
Hmm. Exactly.
Fucking website. The Met Office is crap. Can't even get anything right. According to this, look, that's the rain. You go back, Nah, you're not having none now.
You see that circular motion?
Yeah.
That's a hurricane, dude.
That was right over the top of us the other day.
Mm.
It ain't going very far. Well, it doesn't move very far, does it? This is Thursday now.
It's not raining here right now, Randy. It was yesterday all day.
It's raining here now.
Not in my area. It's not.
Yeah. Now look at this rainstorm. Yay. Just gonna whiz past.
They're showing right now down in Lafourche Parish, which we're talking about 40 miles south of New Orleans. It's raining good down there, right?
Probably gonna rain about 7, 8 o'clock at night. We'll have a little bit of rain.
I haven't pulled up any radar. I can tell you when it's going to rain here. Probably going to start raining during the debate and lose my power, and I'll be pissed.
Oh yeah, what time is that thing anyways?
9 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely pelted down here earlier, about an hour ago.
Oh, no.
It sounded like there were people knocking, like hundreds of people knocking on the window.
Jody!
TJ,
David.
you only have to go. Johnny, he can hear you if you go. Johnny, Johnny, Johnny. You have to go, Johnny.
Jody.
Unless you want to turn your mic off and shout it, then he can still hear you.
Yeah.
What's up, Tim?
TJ.
Okay, TJ, carry on.
You're welcome, David.
Carry on, TJ.
Okay, David. That's funny.
I'll have to leave Rio to sort things out.
Well, has he
Yeah,
got your
screw that
keys? Let's hope he doesn't. You don't have a car, so you don't have to worry about that.
No, but if he opens that door, he's long gone.
He could be down the street at the hardware store having copies of the keys made pass around the neighborhood.
If he gets out that door, he ain't coming back. He thinks there's a big food ball out there somewhere.
So how did you get it? How did you get him to hold that screwdriver like that? You just like
I didn't. I looked up and he had hold of it, so I took a picture of him.
That's pretty awesome. He's like, you want me to hold this?
It's just the
more
look
like
in his. It's the look in his eyes, like, you know what I'm going to do with this.
Yeah. You know what I'm gonna do with this, boy?
All right, human, unhand the bird seed or else.
Yeah. How come he has the little? Is that just is the little the little thing on his?
That's his identity bracelet.
Okay, if he like gets away or whatever, like
Yeah, he's
they
registered to
know.
us.
The caption should have been "Screw you."
Screw you. Yeah. Screw you.
You don't screw me, I screw you.
No, he's standing right next to your computer, getting ready to putting that in something to break your computer, saying you're screwed.
Shove it into a USB
Yeah.
port and short everything out.
Where's that graphics card?
Oh, don't even go there on that.
Are the identity things, are this kind of similar to like when they chip like a cat or a dog or something?
Not
Metal
really.
ring.
Those are electronic. That's just visual.
Yes. He can't take that off.
The electronic, the chips you're talking about, TJ, those they have to actually scan the pet with a scanner, and it reads the information off the chip inside the dog. That's
Gotcha.
just they would just read the numbers or whatever's on the little bracelet, and then they would look it up and then tell them. My dad used to have those on all his birds.
Oh,
The real
okay.
question is, does he fly?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe he's practicing to fly with that to come after you and dive bomb you.
He does that anyway. You don't need no screwdriver for that. That's his favorite
Flying by
pastime.
in. Something screwdriver at you.
Well,
I,
what
ca-
you
I
do,
can be I can be sat here all quiet, and then all of a sudden, swoop, whack on the head.
David,
Nah.
what you need to do is get him a dartboard.
No,
Teach him how to
Listen-
throw darts.
Yeah.
So your solution to this is to give the bird even something more sharp
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was
and
thinking.
teach it how to throw it.
Well, get him a little switchblade.
That's fun. A little switchblade.
That's what Joe would do.
Little small AK.
No, baby granddaughter today.
No, I won't see it on next Monday.
Ah,
Like I
No,
said,
everybody's
they-
on lockdown anyway.
well, the ex-wife went to work. The daughter didn't go to work till this afternoon on the computer. So she could do that anyway. You know, it's like, but I don't know.
well, didn't you say they wanted to take off and head for the hills or something?
They're not going anywhere.
David,
Yes,
look up the album cover for the album Bandolier by Budgie.
bandolier.
Yeah.
By Budgie.
Who the hell's a budgie?
A budgie is what you call a parakeet.
Yeah, parakeet.
I thought you said bungee for like a bungee
No,
cord or something.
Budgie. It was a rock band in the
AUDGIE.
70s and 80s.
Oh.
It wasn't over here, TJ.
I
Yeah,
can't find it. Right, I can't find the album cover.
That's a European thing, TJ.
The European. That's what you're doing in the inside a bathroom.
They were
Mhm.
worldwide.
Yeah. How many concerts do they have in North America?
I don't know. I've seen them here.
Zero.
Yeah, you have to get me the album cover, Mark.
Yeah.
I can't find it. Google these crap tonight. He's cleared everything out, ready for oh crap.
So Dominic, you take this with the Mini too, or
Yep.
nice? Pretty cool shot.
Sometimes
lights-
you just have to question quality control.
The lights kind of look like the cages that you throw the frisbees in.
Anyone spot a problem?
Those are raspberries, not strawberries.
Yeah, there's
What the hell? Are they?
something wrong with that. I just can't place it.
Were they high or something when they put them? When they put those things
That's
on
somebody
there?
who doesn't know their fruit.
Oh my god!
But I tell you what, at £1.65, that's a bargain for all them raspberries.
Yeah.
Although it does say that it'd be £11 per kilo.
I was watching a video last night. A guy kept calling blueberries grapes.
Yeah, can't hardly hear you, Justin.
So I was watching a video last night. A guy kept calling blueberries grapes.
Or he just wants knocking out then, doesn't he? How can you get that wrong?
Budgies
So
were
watch the-
1975.
Watch the commercial today. They were tailgating, right? And they were cooking up on the grill bologna. And it was big, thick pieces of bologna they were making sandwiches with. and they were saying, get this bologna for your next tailgate. And it's called bougie bologna.
Mm.
So what do they make it out of, birds? Now it's distressing. I was gonna go look for it.
Hanging with JD
Oh,
wants
Lord.
to know if well, to be honest with you, Joe, I'm gonna tell you. I almost took another trip over the bridge to go get another one.
Oh my god. What made
Didn't
you
have
stop
any.
yourself from doing it? What made you stop?
What made me stop from doing it is Joe would like to have one, but he's too
No.
stubborn to have me get one for him.
Not sure that's how it works.
Yeah,
I don't want that one with the controller.
yeah. It's like he could sell the controller, but oh no.
Yeah.
So we just got the notice just now. It came across my thing. I've been under a tropical storm warning, right? Now I'm under a hurricane warning.
Ah,
Uh-oh.
So it's definitely shifting. Now we're gonna get hurricane strength.
Corey said that they've got like 4 or 5 of them in the store out by him on the eastern part of Canada, and he says, and they've sold one. So
Yeah, they had 4 and they sold 1. I had 3 now.
Here's Mark. I'll have a look at that in a minute.
Brenda says she's glad I didn't do it.
Mhm.
Your store didn't have any more. Unless they got some.
I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah, the store's convinced now it's a popular seller, Brother Paul.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not the fact that Paul's supplying the whole of the US from one store.
Arthur J. MacArthur Jr. Another rust bucket, needs the paint job.
Yeah, it's been sitting way too long.
No, they scrape the hell out of it when they go in and out of ports and through the canals and stuff.
Oh god, that must take like a long time.
Well, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, and Lake Michigan, not a big problem. But it's when you get down to the lower lakes, you got the Welland canals, and you got the canals that go through St. Lawrence Seaway.
Rio just picked up a toilet roll tube and whacked one of the cockatiels on the head with it.
He must be watching you and Laura go at it.
You don't do things like that.
Well, I don't know. Laura says that she has to every once in a while straighten you out.
Yeah, but there's not enough weight in a toilet roll.
No, but there isn't a rolling pin, and it's
depends on-
round.
Depends on how much lead you melt on the inside and let it dry.
There you go. Yeah, I was amazed. I went on Amazon and looked at that controller 2, and they want like $600 or $700 for that.
Oh, for the Neo?
Yeah, the smart controller that not only does the Neo but does the 4 and the newer one.
The Air 3 and the Mini
That's a
4.
lot of money. The RC2 is at the most like £305 here.
Oh
It's
no.
$369.
Yeah.
So it's going to come in under by Thibodaux, Louisiana. Thibodaux. To come in and start making a curve. So
Well,
it's going to curve.
it will curve naturally, doesn't it? Because which way do the winds spin on it? This way, clockwise or counterclockwise?
Clockwise. clockwise,
Clockwise, it would be like a tire it wants to roll in that direction.
but it's gonna go the opposite direction. When it hits the land, it's going the opposite way. Because it's getting sucked up with that cold pressure
Okay,
that's coming through. Yeah, that cold pressure is messing us up. It needs to come through faster. If it comes through faster, they'll pull it into Mississippi. Pull it into like Alabama, Mississippi.
Stop sweeping, motherfucker.
But it's getting to the point now where I'm gonna be Johnny yesterday was at the edge of the eye wall. We're gonna be at the edge of the eye wall. So we're gonna get it's gonna get a little hairy here. But they don't think it's gonna turn into a 2 now. That's the good news. Justin was right. Said 75, 80 mile an hour winds, but that's coming right over the top of me. So I do expect to lose electricity.
Well, just make sure you got backup generators.
Well, I don't have any generators. I got enough to cool. I can get a fan going. You know, and I can. The food I got in the refrigerator is everything that could go bad is frozen,
Yeah.
except for the eggs.
You don't have one of
That's
those.
the other thing.
You don't have one of those Generac generators, do you?
Oh hell no, not in an apartment. I'll tell you what'll happen. You see those eggs?
For some
Those
weird
eggs.
reason,
If I lose
I
power,
thought,
those eggs going in the freezer.
for some weird reason, I thought you were in a house.
oh, he wants to buy it.
Yeah, I want to buy one. If I was in a
Eggs
house
will-
that have a generator, I wouldn't be worrying about this.
Joe, eggs will last even if you don't have them in the fridge. I wouldn't worry about them at all.
But they're in the fridge already. That's the bad part.
That don't matter.
You shouldn't put eggs in fridge.
Well, that's the
Over
problem.
here,
Here,
you have to.
Most
here
of
they
the
refrigerate them when you get them.
most of the refrigerators here have little things. where
Yeah,
you
same over here.
Put it in the
But they
refrigerator.
do tell you don't
Yeah.
refrigerate your eggs.
But they do that at the
It
grocery
shortens
stores
the,
here.
it shortens the
refrigerator.
lifespan on them.
Well, if
Eggs
you
will
get
last longer if they're in the freezer, right?
You can get.
You definitely don't want to put them in the freezer.
No,
If
they
you
explode.
get farm fresh
No.
eggs, you can leave them out.
Yeah.
The pasteurized eggs that are done through companies that you buy in the store, you cannot leave them out or they'll go bad.
How can you get pasteurized eggs?
They pick them up and they wave them past your eyes.
Mm. Pasteurized
I got
means
I have enough ice in there that I've got a little small ice chest right here. That I might take that little
pasteurized
small
is
ice chest,
heat
and if I lose electricity, put a layer of ice in there, and just lay the eggs on top of it to keep them cool. That way, I won't lose 18 eggs.
Either that or start scrambling the hell out of them.
I'm not gonna eat 18 eggs between today and tomorrow.
You can freeze scrambled eggs. You
Yeah.
can freeze boiled eggs. I don't think I'd risk
I may
freezing
boil a few.
fried eggs.
Yeah, boil a few and then
I may boil some tonight, so I'll have something to pick on.
yeah.
I don't,
Never thought about
know
that.
I don't know if I'd freeze scrambled eggs. I don't know how they'd taste the next day.
It wouldn't be anything wrong.
Just,
tried to like scrambled
like
eggs.
they did before you froze them. DJ.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
guess so. I guess so.
That's like saying I don't know if I'd freeze a steak or not because I don't know what it tastes like.
That's funny.
But see, I've got, like I was telling y'all yesterday, I've got a little induction stove that I've got that's in the closet. So I can hook that up to my little power bank and heat up. I got a pan that'll go on it and I can heat it up. And I could cook some eggs and stuff like that. So I got this little small ice chest. I'll put the eggs in with some ice just to keep all the stuff like that. And if I lose power for more than a day, which, like I said, we don't lose it long. I've got eggs I can make and stuff like that, and I don't have to worry about the MREs. I'll just go through those. I'd rather go through those making scrambled eggs with cheese and stuff like that
How,
until I get power back.
how long do you think if you do lose power, does it come back like within hours or what?
No, we usually get it back within 24 to 48 hours
Okay,
because the longest I've ever seen was right at about 48. And that was because that was Hurricane Ida, and that was bad. But Ida hit us as a 2 up here. That's the one that tore up that fishing pier.
oh yeah.
It looks
So
like that was
it's coming. But we're on the grid with the hospital. So if the hospital goes down, they got to get it back up. They don't want them running off of generators.
it looks like that was a crow that was dead in my backyard today.
A crow?
Oh, poor crow.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from. I got home and there was a dead full-size crow in my backyard on the ground.
Well, maybe it
Bird
just
flu.
died mid-air.
He didn't escape the dog.
Dogs weren't outside. I was gone. They were in the house.
Yeah,
I
it's probably
buried
just
him.
fallen out of the sky. You know, been attacked by an eagle or decided enough's enough.
There was some bald eagles that hang around the house. So
Yeah, it just closed its wings and committed suicide.
Yeah.
BB gun.
Well, I suppose birds get depressed as well. Oh, piss off, fucking Samsung. I'm trying to find a freaking picture and it come up with, you've got an update to do. Not when I'm searching for pictures, is not.
What do you got, Joe?
You need to stop taking pictures of the birds. Fake.
Oh, his cards.
His card.
His trading cards. TJ, you could make some trading cards and talk about how you've taught the world to live and life and be happy and laugh.
Yeah.
Life is great. Yeah, yeah.
Life is great. That's funny.
It's a bowl of cherries.
Yeah.
That's so good.
So did you work today?
No, I was off today.
Okay.
Yeah. I work tomorrow, but I don't go until 1, so I got the morning off. Huh.
Lazy
Okay.
git. I've got a date at 10 in the morning.
You got a what?
The date.
Oh.
Frank
I
says
have
that
that- I have a
crows-
care assistant now that I get to see once a week.
the crows
okay.
here are
Provided
getting
by the
West Nile
NHS.
disease.
Well, that's good.
Johnny, hey.
Johnny!
And she's
What's up,
taking me to the cafe.
Johnny?
She's taking me to the Happy Hub Cafe tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
The Happy Ho Cafe?
Happy
Happy Hub.
Hooker? What?
Oh,
Happy
okay.
Hub.
Oh, sorry.
Sierra Hollander.
Yeah. I was hoping for one of those too.
What kind of food they got there?
Beans
Happy
on
Food.
toast.
Obviously vegetarian.
That's funny.
Brother, ugh.
What the hell was that?
What was that?
That was Justin. He's just walking past the mirror.
Walking past the mirror.
Joe, you're still on mute, you know.
And Johnny tomorrow is gonna
Hey, Jim.
have a hurricane party with Drone Nation
There's no
on
way.
his show.
You do know he keeps putting himself on mute because he keeps hearing in his head now, Laura go, shut up, Joe. In fact, she's not been in tonight to tell you.
So you're gonna have a
Hey.
hurricane show tomorrow?
Yeah, he's gonna have, if he has a show tomorrow night, it's gonna be a hurricane party show.
Mhm. The hurricane party, yes.
Live from New York, hurricane party.
I hope it's going to, I hope it's going to Mississippi there, Johnny, because right now they said we're under hurricane warning. I'm thinking it's turning. I'm hoping that makes that turn and winds up in Alabama. Or the Apalachicola. Oh,
Hey,
they all hit
Mudball.
Apalachicola.
Donald.
Hey, Donald.
Don,
Turkey noodle soup night.
that
Nice.
sounds pretty good.
Oh, TJ,
Hey,
that
Don.
place that he was talking about, the food there, all of it tastes fishy.
All of it tastes fishy.
He'll come to you in a minute.
Turkey noodle soup.
Tell you what, Joe, you might be right because she's a lesbian.
Bro.
Oh, only I could get my own girl free from the NHS, and it fucking turns out to be a lesbian.
Yeah.
Send it back; it's dodgy.
Yeah.
Well, get it to take that new drug. Justin will tell you what it is.
Straight disclaimer.
I didn't say it. Justin could tell you.
What, Tricox again?
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, they're showing it at Chafunka Riverfront. The river right now is about a foot from the top.
How far away is this hurricane from where the debate's going to happen?
Not even close.
Well, that's a shame. They could have both been done with being hit on the head with something.
Well, that
Stick
might
to
happen.
policies.
Yeah, Johnny said that he's saying it's going to the what you call it, to like Frank said the same thing somewhere around Biloxi. Well, what they're showing right now doesn't happen, but if that cold front sucks it over, it could do that. It could go underneath us, and that would be kind of nice. They said gas stations in St. Tammany Parish are running out of gas.
No, that can't be good.
Well, that means everybody went and topped off. I topped off yesterday, the day before yesterday.
Um,
On the way back from Baton Rouge, I stopped and filled up.
Filled
Seems
up
like
a
big
few
gas-
5-gallon drums for the generators.
It had one guy, it had 6 of them in the back of his truck. He was putting 30 gallons there, and then he was doing his truck too. When Ida hit, my son was over there, and they had a generator, and that was actually before he went in the Marine Corps, and they were using 5 gallons a day for the generator.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot of gas.
Mm.
Oh, come on, dog.
Shouldn't be using that much.
What size generator was it? What were they running?
They was running a refrigerator and a couple of fans.
Yeah, they were probably running consistently too. Some people will run them in spurts. They'll keep
No, they
their
were running them
refrigerator-
as long as they could run them. That's what they were doing.
Yeah,
They'd let
some
them. They
people-
drop if yeah. They turned it off about an hour to let it cool enough so they could put the gas in it, and they started again.
Yeah, a lot of people run them in spurts. They'll run them for 3-4 hours and they'll shut them off for a few hours and run them for a few hours. Just trying to keep the fridge cold.
Yeah, but it still shouldn't run that much. You can leave your car running for 24 hours and it won't use more than a gallon.
So TJ, you gonna watch the big debate tonight?
I don't know, maybe. I'll probably sit there and be like, what are they talking about? What is this? Now, I don't know. Like, I'm not really much of a political person. Like, I don't care one way or the other.
Someday you will, TJ.
Yeah, you need to care about this one.
That's it,
Yeah.
TJ. They're both as bad as each other.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess just as long as I just hope, I don't know, whoever I would like to see Trump get back in there and kick Biden out so that way he can make America great again.
Well,
Biden's
Yeah,
Biden
keep
already
up to
stepped down.
date, EJ. Biden ain't gonna be there. Biden's
Yeah.
gone.
Harris took his
Biden's
place.
already packed it in.
Yeah, he packed it in. But if y'all realize something, when Trump was in until COVID, when COVID hit, that's when things went bad. But it was stable. It really wasn't. Inflation really wasn't going up. Things weren't going. We were still stable, and that was 4 years. Out of the last 32 years, he only had 4 years, and we was kind of stable. Everything else was getting screwed up from Obama.
Well, I wouldn't go there on that.
Clinton.
can't-
Yeah, you go
you
down
can't-
that. I'm going down that route.
Yeah, but you can't fix world problems.
I'm going down that route because you weren't here. You didn't understand how it was 4 years ago. 4 years ago, until COVID, we were doing fine. Things were cheaper.
Exactly.
I mean,
Until
all the things he was
COVID,
doing.
and then COVID fucked the world,
Yeah, it did.
and it's still fucking the world right now.
But it does. But you can't come into office and spend trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars thinking you're going to help everybody else and not help us. Open the borders. And how many military age men are here right now that we don't know what they're here for?
I'm voting for.
You know, it's,
Oh my God, Russell.
yeah, she's been in office how long? And she's going to bring food and gas prices down. She talked
Yeah.
about Bidenomics a couple of weeks ago, how great it was. So, just telling you.
I'll let you into a little secret. Everybody that's getting into office at the moment is all saying they're going to bring the gas prices down. And there's a reason for that. Yeah, they are predicted to fall. Doesn't matter who gets in office, they will fall.
Well, ours will never fall when she's talking about stopping offshore drilling, stopping fracking, all of this. No, it can't. We got to buy it from somebody else, and then they can give us whatever price we want.
Yeah, because we don't
we
need.
had-
We don't.
We
We
were
don't need to
selling
buy
oil
it.
when Trump was in office.
We
We were
don't,
selling it to other countries.
we
Yeah,
don't,
we
buy,
don't-
if
we
you
don't buy
remember-
into the electric vehicle bullshit either.
Yeah, and if you remember when Trump was in office, gas prices was oil was so low they were almost giving it away.
Yeah, but that was pre-Ukraine war, pre what's going on in the Middle East. That was pre
Let's go back.
COVID.
No, that was
wait.
because we
And
were
also, the Middle East, OPEC have cut, of which I point out Britain and America are part of, cut production. Yeah.
Yeah,
what
when
happened?
we-
What
Every
happened in
time-
the Middle East?
Every time the
Abraham
prices
Accords.
start to fall, yeah, the UK, America, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, the whole lot of them get together and go, let's cut production and force the prices back up. It's a little game, right?
But-
No matter
but we
who's
would-
in power,
we were drilling.
they will still do that.
Yeah, but we were self-sufficient 4 or
We
5
didn't-
We were
years
didn't
ago.
self-sufficient.
import
We
it.
weren't using their gas.
Going to ask you
We
a
were buying
question.
some.
Who was drilling your oil?
We were.
Americans.
We were.
Wasn't
And
it not
then-
BP and Shell?
No.
well, it doesn't matter who's doing it. It's still coming from our soil. And we're going up to Alaska, building big pipelines that day one in office was stopped by Biden. The Abraham Accords that was signed with Putin and everybody in the Middle East, and they said, we're not going to fight each other. Trump set that up. And then you got, what else was it? Let's see. That happened to oil. The wall, we had nobody coming in. And as soon as Biden got there, everything changed and everything started going to shit. Gas was $1.69 a gallon when Trump was in office.
We can agree to disagree. Yeah.
Yeah, because
The
they
world
shut the
economics
Keystone pipeline.
have been the same, right? Your
Yeah.
immigration hasn't changed. Our immigration has not changed.
Immigration hasn't changed, but we
No, no,
weren't
no.
letting them in.
It's how it's being reported that's changed. There were still thousands coming over that border, whether it was Trump or anyone else in there. It was still happening. Yeah. Same over here. Them boats were still happening under the Tories, under the last Labour government, under the last Tory government. They were still coming.
They were being
Right?
held
They
in
just
Mexico.
wasn't reporting it. Now,
Mexico was not letting them come into the United States because
So
Mexico
who-
was told that we would cut all of the funding that we did for Mexico unless you held them there. They did not come in until they were vetted.
I can
Now
assure
they're coming in, getting handed cards with food. They're getting
Money,
put in
yeah.
hotels.
And hotels and
They're
a bus
committing
ticket.
crimes all over the United States, and they're getting let out of jail.
you guys are repeating exactly everything that's said over here. All right. Oh, they're coming across the seas. They're getting free food. They're getting this. They're getting that. They're not getting fuck all.
Oh, they are here.
They're getting
Yeah,
put in
they are.
hotels.
Oh,
Yes,
they
they
are
are.
Over
here.
here.
There are people
we're
here
getting-
getting
They
food
giving them
stamps left and right.
$10,000 a month debit cards.
No, they're not. Not
Yes, they
$10,000.
are.
Not
Here
that
they
much.
I
are.
can assure you.
Here they are.
I don't know if
Show
it's
me
that
the
much, but they're
evidence.
getting debit cards.
Show me the evidence. Right. I've watched a video earlier on. Somebody exact same debate.
Congressional reports are reporting that they're getting millions and millions of dollars.
Where's the
every-
evidence? Right? Nobody is getting a $10,000. Here you go. You're free to go. Right? Nobody. Right? We get the same over here. It's happening all the time. You listen to the likes. Well, some of you on here that come from the UK, they say the same thing. They're coming across. They're getting council houses. No, they're not. Right? What's happening to them? They come across here. Yeah. They ain't getting thousands from government payout. They get put in hotels and then they're picked up by traffickers that ship them out to farms every day, make them work on the farms, then they're taken home and half the money is taken from them. And that's how they're here. They're not getting the life of royalty that they think they're
Well,
going to get.
in your country is totally different than it is here.
But
because
we
they're-
are getting told
they
exactly the
they
same thing
are-
what you're saying
As
now.
soon as they land in this country, David, they
Yeah,
are
but you
We get told the same stuff.
yeah, but the you can't really compare the two because you guys don't have millions coming across your border.
We do.
No, you
No
don't.
way,
We've had
no
10
way.
million in 2 years come across the border.
What's your total
10 million.
population?
Our
10
total
million.
population was at the last census 68,000. That's 68
That's more
million.
than
Sorry.
that's more than a lot of U.S.
I
For the
went.
states.
last
Million.
6 months, we've had
Yeah.
20 million registered invaders come to our country. 20 million in 6 months.
If 20 million people crossed over that border, right? Think about this logically. Where they sleeping?
Anywhere they want.
Where they living? Where's the houses? Where's the food? Your country couldn't just muster up 20 million food per day out of nowhere.
What you're saying, David, is that there's only
No.
a few people crossing
There's
our
No,
border.
I'm not saying that.
It's averaging 10,000 a day, roughly. is what they
10,000 a
average.
day.
And that's coming from the Border Patrol.
You're not getting that many because your economy would collapse instantly.
No, because
Your
we
food prices, would go through the roof. If
They are
you
through the
got
roof.
They are
20
through the
mil-
roof.
No. If you got 20 million in 6 months coming over that border, your food prices would not just double, they would not just quadruple, they would quadruple, right? Because your farmers wouldn't be able to produce enough.
Somebody share
economies
that link that
Actually,
that Don-
we have enough farmland to sustain
You
well
have
over 1 billion
farmland,
population.
you have the produce. Yeah, a farmer can't just suddenly go, wait, 20 million people coming over. I want 20 million more sacks of spuds a day. It ain't going to happen.
No, but what I'm saying
Go
is
into
we
the
have
stores
enough.
and see how much food's not there.
I'm saying we have enough arable farmland to actually
I
support
know you
over 1 billion
have.
population.
I just don't get the figures that you're quoting. 10,000 a day. That's a serious amount of number, right? 20 million every six months. Really? You're getting people coming over the border, same as we are. Yeah, they're coming from the Middle East. They're coming from China and
Okay,
Russia
let
and
me ask you a
Belarus
question.
and all that.
David, how many people are coming into your country every year?
We don't know. That's the problem, right? Because
Where are they sleeping?
I tell you where they're sleeping. They're sleeping in hotels. They are sleeping.
Same thing in New York City.
Yeah,
Sleeping
they
with
are
the kitchen.
sleeping in private rents where the landlord has kicked out the tenant and converted it into rooms of multiple occupancy.
Where are they getting?
Where they
Where are they getting the
sleep
money?
20 in a
David?
room.
Where are they getting the money for the hotels and for the housing?
I told you what's happening. They come over here. They are picked up. They are taken to these places. Yeah. And then every day, and you see it all the time, the buses come and pick them up. They ship them out to the farms. They do the day work
That
and they
might,
ship
that might
back.
be the day laborers, but what about their families? What about their
What
kids? What about
happens
everybody
when
else?
okay, what happens when an illegal comes over the borders? They get held by Border Patrol. They usually are given a court date where they are supposed to show up to an immigration court. It's usually about 6 months out from the time they receive the court date. The problem is when they're released, they never show up to their court dates.
Hmm.
And
Well,
they're loaded on buses and trucked
so
around
they're-
the country.
They're released, and then that's the issue is they're not actually
Right. And who puts them on them buses? They're not putting themselves on the buses.
the
So who's
governors
putting
of
them on the
certain
buses?
states.
The government.
Homeland
The gov-
Security.
Governors of certain states. have
Governors
been-
of certain states. So you have to
I've
deal
seen
with
that.
them states to say,
But the busing is paid for by the U.S. government.
Hmm.
And they'll
so
say, where you want to go? This bus is going to California. We'll go. They jump on it. They get on the
Hi,
bus in
Donald.
California. They get put in hotels. In New York City, 70% of the hotels are now occupied by illegals.
right,
Feel better? Right.
this whole thing that you've told me,
Hey,
word for word, is what
David,
we're
do
getting
you
told
think
here
they're-
is
do you
happening
think they're
here.
farming in New York City? They got
David.
They got 150,000 illegal
I can
immigrants
assure you,
living in
you're
New York.
not getting the number you are talking about.
You can't assure anything, and I put a link in the post showing you about the debit card. So there's evidence of half of your argument gone.
Yeah.
There's a debit card, £10,000 a month, $10,000 a month.
New York City is giving credit cards
It
to
shouldn't
migrants.
be.
when
It
they
shouldn't be a
use
debit
illegal.
card $10 a month if they're here illegally.
Exactly.
Hmm.
But
Right?
they are getting paid to be here illegally.
Who's paying them? You can't say
So-
government.
Federal
New York
government.
City
Okay.
has given.
Taxpayer is paying them.
New York City
Who's
has
the
given out
taxpayer
50.
giving
So-
all their tax money to? The
As
government.
of now, New York City has given out $53 million in.
David has some imaginary. They're
No.
in New York City and they get bussed out to some farm outside of New York City and then back a day after getting paid by the farmer in a debit card. That's not happening, David. You're talking out of your ass.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
That
No,
might be-
you
that might
guys
be
are
what
like I
happened
said,
there.
You guys are all talking the same rhetoric that we get told. This is
You
what
know-
sparked the riots over here.
Well,
People
David,
talking about millions of people coming over here.
Louder doesn't- you're right.
David, maybe you need to take a deep breath and say, you know what they're saying might be true.
Well, the thing is
If all of us,
I am
are
not saying that I'm not saying that people aren't coming over that border. I'm not saying people aren't coming over our border, right? As much as I want to believe our government that every fucker that comes over here comes from France. Bullshit, right? You're not telling me, right, that all immigrants are heading to France because they know that's heavily protected, right? There's none coming from Spain, is there? Bollocks, right? None coming from Norway, Denmark, Belgium. They're coming from everywhere, right? But the point is, they're not coming in the numbers that are being claimed.
But the numbers being claimed that we are getting are from our border patrol.
20 million for
And the
in
Border
6 months.
Patrol does not get along with the federal government.
And the border patrol
Patrol-
does not catch all of them.
Doesn't
Border
catch
Patrol-
on, just catches a percentage.
Exactly. But
The Border
20
Patrol
million.
But right, what I'm
in
saying
6
though is the Border
months.
Patrol absolutely hates the federal government because they don't get supported.
No,
And there's
David,
been plenty of YouTubers that have gone down there and actually interviewed the heads of Border Patrol, and they told them exactly what was going on down there. And this
David,
is coming
have to
from
say
Alex.
here, we have the
you're-
YouTubers going over to Dover and interviewing them and getting all this. I'll ask again.
does not make it right.
I'm going to ask again on the numbers. 20
David,
million every 6 months.
David,
Well, no,
It
it's been about
should
10
be- it
million
should
in the 4-year period.
It shouldn't be
Thank you.
20,000. It should be 20,000. Is the point?
It's
The
been
point
it's
is
there is
It should be
Yes.
20,000.
the rhetoric that gets pushed
You are-
out
you
20
culture-
million in 6 months.
You are
And I asked for
Uh,
proof on that, and it's been corrected by Justin.
You
It's been
have
about-
fetishized illegal aliens.
a lot of
that-
the
They're not aliens. They are
Yeah, they
people.
are.
They are people.
Alien
Oh.
is an actual word. You don't have to change language to bolster your argument.
I'm just
They
saying
are-
is
They are not. They are
Oh.
migrants. They're not aliens.
They're aliens. They're alien to our country.
Alien to our country, illegal.
And they are here illegally. Therefore, they are illegal aliens. Changing the language does not improve your argument.
Then why
No.
are your country not doing anything
Elaborate.
about it? Don't say Biden and Trump and all this because it's been going on for years, right?
Yeah.
Don't blame
Yeah.
Obama. Don't blame everyone else, right?
It goes
Point
back
is-
even
You guys keep voting these people in, right?
David. Yes, it goes back. Even Reagan signed amnesty with the promise that it would be shut down, and he was lied to, and it did not happen.
Yeah.
the only reason that people defend Trump on this issue is because Trump actually was trying to stop it. And there
Yep.
was 200 miles of new wall put up.
Yep.
And he was funding the Border Patrol where they lost a lot of funding from the federal government. But well, you
Yep.
can't only do so much in a 4 or even 8-year period when you're trying
No.
to combat that. Because you have to have somebody that comes
Exactly.
in behind
But
you
again,
that's willing to
Yeah.
enforce the same thing.
I point out you get the same rhetoric we get, right? This is what sparked the riots. This is what sparked people
Maybe there
setting
should be
fire for
riots.
hotels with people in them. Yeah. Because people are not thinking, not talking logically. 20 million every 6 months? Bollocks,
Trigger.
right?
There
Come on,
are-
Mark.
David,
That's my
once
point.
again,
Everybody jumps out and chucks
David.
things into the fire and don't
David,
think.
once again, it shouldn't even be 20,000.
Yeah.
It depends on the
It'll be
reason
20.
they're moving as well, doesn't it?
No, it
If
does
they're
not
fleeing
matter the reason why-
conflict,
No, if they are violating the law, it does not matter the reason.
why shouldn't people be free to move? You're free to move
Should I
around.
be allowed? Should I be allowed to go down to the store and steal food just because I wanted it?
I'm not,
Does the
well,
reason-
we're not talking about stealing here. We're talking
Oh,
about
yes, they
moving.
Yeah,
Yes,
It's happening
they are.
all the time.
What?
yeah, we are.
Right,
we're,
so
we're talking
no,
about
no
breaking the law.
American, no Americans going out stealing, just the illegals.
David, we're talking about breaking the law.
Yeah,
If they're
no
here
Americans
illegally-
breaking any laws, just the illegals.
No,
No,
but when
but
you
that's
get a
stupid.
large
Exactly.
No,
David,
but
that's a stupid argument. That's like
There I
saying
am, Jim.
nobody is going. There's somebody who's going to kill other people. Therefore, you ought to make murder legal.
I
That
agree
is
with that,
not-
Jim.
stupid.
but this is the thing is if you get a large population of people coming from a country that's completely in disarray, that means that that's what they're used to. They're obviously not trying to fix their own country, so they're just going to end up bringing that same
What do you got there,
values
Joe?
That's not
culture
always the
to
case.
the U.S.
The new
Right.
props.
David,
New props?
yes,
Right.
Americans.
You have to look at
Pretty cool.
look at the
Instead
people
of
coming
Yes.
over here, right?
David,
Not every one of
and-
them coming across that channel are coming here for criminal purposes.
right.
They're fleeing Iraq, they're fleeing
Let
Iran,
them do it
they're
legally.
fleeing
Let them do it
Syria,
legally.
they're fleeing
Let 'em do it.
Israel, they're fleeing, the
That's the
West Bank,
original.
all because
That's
of
the new
stuff
ones.
we've done.
Much more aggressive. Well, you should be able to,
Okay,
to fly
you
in
have-
higher winds now, Joe.
What that
I don't
shows
know.
why David is culturally suicidal is because he has cultural guilt. You're to blame for all the world's problems, therefore you are the world's landing place for when everybody wants to come. Got it.
No. The point is, right, when we went on, see, that's the point with Donald. He loses the argument, he fucks off, right? This is the point, right?
Well, hey-
we went into, no, when before we went into Iraq,
David, let's
the problem at the French border was not as bad. We
David-
went into Iraq, we caused
David,
problems,
David, wait,
we
time
removed
out.
Saddam Hussein, right?
Time
And
out,
now
David.
we've got a big problem.
Oh my god.
Time out, David. Let's take a vote of the panel. How many people agree 100% with David? Raise your hand.
I'm staying out of this. I'm abstaining.
Ah,
You can mute me all you like, Paul. That is just being childish.
Yeah, but here's
No,
how-
you lost the debate. As soon as you start acting like little children, running off, muting me, you've lost the debate. Debate's over. Right? I'm not even going to discuss it with you because you do this all the time, Paul. You start
Well-
mute.
Yeah, but David,
There's no point. There's no
David-
point. You can't have a
David-
rational discussion.
David, you're
You
doing,
can't have two sides of the debate, can you?
You're doing it again.
No, you can't have two sides of the debate, Paul.
wanted to
Wait,
center
Just
the
both,
debate.
just change the subject then.
I'll change the subject. Yeah,
Here's Draymond.
you're all a bunch of idiots. Goodbye.
Here's Draymond. Oh, okay.
And he left.
Hey, Dre.
How are we doing this evening? Sound like things are getting a little ruckus.
Oh yeah, he's fired up.
Well, it's good. It's good to get fired up
Get
every
you.
once in a while. So what is the base issue that we are having an issue about?
David, the reason I left is because you were yelling over everybody. Is he still here?
Yeah.
No, he
Yeah.
left.
No.
He was
What?
yelling over, and once he yells over me like 3 times, it's like, okay, I'm done. If I can't put in any words, he thinks he's winning a debate, but he's yelling louder, and that's not winning a debate.
Okay, what was the issue to begin with?
Whether
He,
the
was all-
he is for immigration, illegal or otherwise.
Okay,
He thinks
for-
everybody should come to this country and should. The
No,
And he said there's no
No.
such thing, that it's
no,
wrong
no,
to call
no, no.
it.
The main thing was he was saying what we think is happening on our border is all kind of fake news type thing, where it's not exactly what's happening.
We don't have an immigration
It's
crisis.
it's kind of the gist of what I was getting from what he was saying.
That's what I got. And he also didn't want us to call them illegal aliens because they're not aliens or humans. It's like
He said the same thing's happening over there too.
Well, it's
He
been
said they're lying
happening.
about everything. They're not getting people in.
Yeah, well, like I always say, you can't have a debate if you don't agree upon the facts. You gotta
No,
agree upon the facts to have a debate.
Well,
You did-
the part of it was, Dre, is his underlying message was that whatever the government tells you or whatever the statistics that you hear, they're not true.
Well, and also he did say that they're coming here because of stuff we did, so they should be allowed to come here. And it's like, well, that's a different argument, but they're still illegal aliens. And you can't have a debate unless you're quiet enough to listen to the other side either.
Well,
So-
like I said, that's why it takes us to agree upon the facts and everything else. And then when you have people who are from different cultures, even though we all speak the king or queen's English, whatever you want to call it these days.
I speak American.
The circumstances in UK are quite different than what they are here in the US. So like I say, the facts are not exactly the same.
Yeah.
For what I do know of the UK, when he makes a statement talking about everybody wants to come here, that's from the, how you say, the ideological.
Ideological.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Right, Ray, can I just interrupt a minute?
That's the one word I can say.
Hold on, let me finish,
Let-
David.
let-
You
let
can
Ray-
jump
Ray,
right
Ray,
in.
let you finish.
But I'm just saying that, when you, century ago, when you had
It's,
the
French.
British, you had the French, the Spanish, and I think one other country were the main forces on the globe. Britain was one of the largest empires on the face of the earth. And what did they tell everybody? Britain, the British Empire was the greatest empire known to man. So now you have that ingrained in all these colonies that you have taken over or you have created. So now generations later, 6, 7 generations later, now you get this influx of people who have grown up believing that the British Empire is the greatest place on earth, and they come to Great Britain to see.
Thank you,
themselves.
Dre. Thank
All right.
you.
Now here, let me finish this, David. Now here in America, we don't brag about it being the greatest place on earth. We tell people that it is simply a fact of life. Our cost of living, our culture, which gets spread across the globe 3 or 4 times over. I mean, everything from blue jeans, mini skirts, coker sacks, and Walkmans, and everything else that stemmed out of America reaches out to every other corner of the planet, and especially our neighbors right next door who have maybe not even a tenth of what we have here in America, see this because we broadcast that signal through our airwaves, through the radio waves and everything else, and they hear about it and they see it, and they say, I want some of that. I
Thank
want
you.
some of that American life.
Right,
So
let me
I'm
just
gonna
say something,
I'm gonna
Dre.
get the hell work.
The
Now,
greatest
I'll
empire
turn
in
it over to
history.
Mark and David. Go ahead, gentlemen.
Right.
The greatest empire in history was the Roman Empire. So why the hell aren't they all buggering off to Italy?
Well, the
Yeah.
Because Romans didn't
Probably
stay
are.
in Italy.
Well, the Romans
Ray,
did
you
that.
are correct. Yeah. We're talking about what you said there. You've got to, when you have a debate, you've got to understand the facts and the figures, right? Same as what Donald said. They quoted 20 million in 6 months. And like I said, your economy would fold instantly with that sort of influx of numbers. Instantly.
No,
Maybe.
it probably wouldn't.
It would not. It'd be forced because one, your jobs would be under siege, right? The race to the bottom in paying wages would drop. Your food prices would go up. You guys would not be able to afford it. 20 million in 6 months. You would go under. That's what I was trying to point out. The rhetoric that we get told over here is exactly the same rhetoric that these guys were portraying. Millions of people coming over, million. It's not that extreme. There are people coming over here, and there are people coming over here for various different reasons. Some of them are actually economic migrants that would come over here and do a bloody good job. What we've now got, because of the mix-up in what you guys, like you guys are saying, the illegals and the genuines, right? The genuine ones that are coming here to work in our NHS, to work as our nurses, to work as our GPs, yeah, to work in the police, work in whatever, they are gone. They've disappeared because they don't want to be here and get attacked by the rhetoric of the illegals coming over here.
Now, let me interject one last thing. I was just watching this the other day. I think it was 60 Minutes, or maybe it was a CBS morning show, to where Florida just passed a law pretty much banning any transportation of illegals and everything else, whatever's going on in Florida. But they interviewed a couple of farmers there in Florida, and they said right there, they said the future of agriculture in Florida will be nil within the next 20 years because one, you will not have the labor force to take care of the crops because you're not allowing any documented or even undocumented immigrants to come and do that work because the American population, Americans themselves, will not come and do the manual labor that is required to handle our agriculture demand and to produce the produce, anything else that we need to put food on the tables here in America. And that what gets me is that a lot of these owners of these large corporations fund their money to the conservative side. but then they turn around and want to hire undocumented workers or those might even be document workers for a lot lower wages because they don't want to pay American workers what they should be getting paid. It's a double-edged sword, and it's hypocrisy at the highest level. You can't get both.
That's what I said is happening over here. They come over here and they get put in big rooms of multiple occupancies, 20 people in one room on bunk beds, all built up to the ceiling, and then they're shipped out every day out to the farms. And it's the landlords that own them buildings that take the money at the end of the week. They take out what they call the rent, right, and go, there you go. And naturally, right, when they get their money, they want to fund their family back home in Rwanda or whatever,
Right.
and then they ship out half the money, and then they're left with next to nothing. And they are forced into a vicious cycle. They can't get out of it because they need that money.
Right, and we had the same thing here in America at right around the end of the '60s, early '70s, and that's why we have new laws called Phoenix laws. Is that you cannot overcharge or tax an individual who is working for you in the fields and charge them for the rent to stay in the properties, the meals that they're eating, all this kind of stuff, because it happened to an American citizen who was working down in Florida. Florida's got a good history there. Where the guy ended up dying basically from malnutrition because he couldn't afford to eat. For the
I wish
wages
we had them laws over here.
Yeah,
I really wish
it's called
we
a-
would
it's
have
called
them
a
laws over here.
called the
in
Phoenix
states.
laws here in the United States against that type of activity. So it's one thing's going to break either another. Either we're going to have food prices through the roof because we don't have the labor force to go out there and pick when they be picked, harvest when needs to be harvested. Simple as that.
Yeah,
So
a
it's
lot
what
of
we
our migrants are groups of Mexicans that go
I was gonna
from
say,
crop to
this-
crop, picking the crops.
Okay, and this is a red herring argument because I don't think anybody here is arguing against legal immigration.
Well, like I said, you don't have enough,
I'm not.
Don. They already said there's not enough
Right.
coming. So what happens is corporations are hiring the undocumented ones, paying them lower wages, which in turn means they're not hiring the ones who are legal or even regular citizens. They're cutting them out because, like I say, once again, you think of some of the lower paying states in this country. You go from Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. Those states still go by the federal minimum wage law. Most other states have a higher wage level by their states. Those states right there still go by the federal limit, which is only $7 an hour.
That's
Who in this room, who in this panel can afford to feed a family on $7 an hour?
I don't think you can.
You
You
can't.
can't.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
can't.
it's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing and stuff.
And I'll
So
tell
when
you
when
one
have-
thing.
Go ahead, David.
One thing everybody in the chat and on this panel will agree with. The human traffickers, the ones that bring them over, that get them through the border, in the lorries, in the vans, on the boats, they're the ones we have to get hold of. And it's all right, keep
Definitely.
talking hard and say, we're going to deal with this, we're going to deal with this. No, we don't. We keep saying we are doing, but we don't. All right. We have the same over here. When the British take out a migrant boat, they smash it up. When the French take it out, they take it back to the French shores and leave it on the beach. What do they think is going to happen? It's going to get used again. Yeah, that's the problem.
Hello, Gitchy.
And this is just Jim's comment and thing about robots and AI and stuff. We are still a good 20 years plus away from having automation to be able to pick some of the more delicate harvesting methods that are still done by human hands.
You know,
Everybody
Greg,
thinks it's gonna be automated and stuff, but I said we're
Greg,
still decades away. Go ahead,
you
Don.
can say, you can say that, but they said it was going to be another 20 years until we mapped the human genome,
Mhm.
and then it happened in 5 years.
Yep.
Because they were basing their models on technology that they knew, and
Right.
advances in technology increased and they didn't count on that. You know, the technology will develop based on the cost efficiency of it. And if
I
we,
think I
we
think
keep
in the
improving
last
efficiency of
5
labor,
years, technology, as in technology, has slowed down. Software has improved, AI and stuff like that. And I reckon in the next 5 years, we are going to see another massive technology boost, and it ain't going to be for the better of the human population.
so if we keep on importing
So
people
Fine,
at
Ed.
slave wages, there is no incentive to advance technology.
so you're saying we're gonna have more robots then, David?
Probably.
Well, they would say more robot, but like Don was saying, it's gonna be the cost factor that as long as the cost lowers, you're always gonna protect the bottom line. The profit margin will stay no
Yeah.
matter what.
There's
you
another
think it's
power
gonna be.
struggle coming as well. Everyone's talking about illegals and stuff, right? Your biggest problem is going to be AI, right? Because when you replace humans with robots, poof, yeah, how are we going to earn money if we've replaced it with AI?
It goes back to the old buggy whip manufacturing.
AI has been a long debate around here.
Every technical revolution has had people argue against it because people put people out of business.
I wouldn't say AI is a bad thing. Yeah, it's been
It can be
slowly,
misused.
slow regulated, yeah, and it's going to be used for the wrong reasons very
Yep.
quickly.
The problem, AI and problem with technology in general right now is that it is advancing so quickly, where in the past, society has been able to evolve with technological changes. But at the speed as we are advancing technologically, our societies are having difficulty keeping up.
If AI were to take over our jobs and whatever else, how the hell are we supposed to survive?
Exactly, TJ. Your job now
Yeah,
in the
that is a good point.
supermarket is already being replaced. You serving customers is being replaced. Over here now, we have supermarkets that actually know who has picked what item up, and as you walk away with it, it charges
Really,
you.
Jim?
Right? That's how AI's advanced so quickly. It's replaced you already. Right? We don't need people at the tills anymore because we've got this technology that's going hell. Even Aldi is still using it.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have that certain level here in the States already with all the self-checkout stuff. And a lot of people like myself are pissed off, but I say, hey, I don't work for you. Open a register.
A lot of places are. They're getting rid of the self-checkout.
Yes,
because
we've got that issue over here where companies have realized it's at saturation. Yeah,
Right.
with the self-checkouts. But these are the self-checkouts in the stores that still have checkouts. But the
stores
fastest
so small,
growing
we don't-
stores are the ones with no checkouts. Yeah, you literally pick up the item and it goes beep, you're charged. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't matter how you set the store up. It's like
I've never seen-
TJ was
I've never
saying that they don't have his store, but TJ, if they redesign that store to where everything is behind a certain counter or wherever, in other words, like David said, as soon as you pick it up, you get charged. So
yeah, but see, like we're still having to ring people up and stuff. Like we don't have self
Not anymore.
TJ, that's only because the way the store is set up, staffed that way. You can change it. If your store had a one-way entrance, one-way out, everything was, you'll ask, speaking to, like going to McDonald's, you go to the drive-through, you tell them what you want, and they give it you out the window. How many jobs got eliminated? Because right now, people don't even go inside fast food anymore because they don't want to use a kiosk.
Yeah.
That's why drive-throughs are so popular.
Speaking of McDonald's, Dre, I heard
Uh-huh.
there's one totally automated McDonald's in California.
I wouldn't doubt it. Like I said, because people don't, like I say, it's happened because I walked into Church's Chicken. You walk in, you walk to the counter, they'll point you, turn you right around, says you got to order at the kiosk.
But I'm still kind of confused though, because like I said, we're still having to. I mean, our store is small,
Your
we
store,
don't have the store that I work at is small, but there's no self checkout. The only self checkouts I've seen are like at Walmart and I don't know wherever else.
Like I
Like
said,
we're still having to stand behind the counter and like scan people's
right.
products.
but over here in the UK, TJ, your store has what we have here, the 7-Elevens, as they're known in Australia. Yeah. These are now self-checkouts. Yeah. You go in, you have to do all the scanning yourself and you pay. Yeah. The only member of staff they've got is working 6 tills and she's going back and forth, just proving that you're that person, that age, you know, when it's an age verified thing. That's it. That's all they have to do.
Right. Just like here, you have one person monitoring the self-checkout.
Yeah.
There might be 6 of those there and one person go back and forth in case there's a reason why the scan didn't scan or
Yep.
whatever, or
Hey,
you as a customer had a question. That's about
Justin.
it. So what basically you're saying that one person is doing the job of at least another 5 other regular checkers. And like I
Well,
talked
you
about your
can always-
story, like your situation, TJ, it's just a matter of Walgreens changing the setup of the store to where they may want to put in self-checker, which means 2 people lose their position. Because they're
Well,
going to
you
need,
can always change this by shopping someplace that pays checkers to stand there and cash you out. You're going to pay more money because there won't be those
Sam's Club.
efficiencies. So it's up to the customer if they want to save money or spend more money.
well, I think the going concern
Don.
now, Don, is that we talk about the big merger between Kroger and Albertson.
Mhm.
Okay?
Oh,
If
yeah.
they're allowed to merge, guess what? That means a lot of folks gonna lose positions, because I know Kroger out here in the West is Ralph's. Okay, Ralph's Market. It may be called Kroger where you're at or something else, but I know out here in Southern California, we have used to start off as a mom and pop, but they have pretty much saturated the Southern California area. And that's a place called Stater Brothers. And Stater Brothers, their union demanded there will be no self-checkout. If you want to buy something there, you go to a regular checkout. And more people appreciate going to that place to spend their money to buy their food because there's an interaction with a human being when they're checking out buying their groceries. and
Which
stuff.
is the key to everything. When everything is automated by machine, people will seek out the authentic, and you will lose the high-tech jobs that require like redundant, like the boring jobs in the factory, moving a box from here to there.
Mhm.
But you will get an increase in jobs that are high human touch.
Right. And a lot of times you look at, like I said, speaking of Kroger / Ralph's out here in California, they already did away with the butcher shop area. They did away with that about a decade ago.
There's
they
all
got-
your Kroger
Centralize
brands.
that.
Yeah,
Those
your
are all
Kroger
owned by Kroger.
Right. So that's what I'm saying, that, they don't have, like Stater Brothers, they get a full butcher area. You want something cut the way you want to cut, you can go to the back, say, hey, give me this piece of meat, cut it like this, slice it like that, I'm good to go. The
Yeah, we
Kroger
got-
ones, the Krogers, they've done away with the butcher area. Everything
well,
is prepackaged.
Butcher area years ago.
Yeah.
But we can
didn't-
still go to a local butcher and have things cut the way we want at a local butcher, and you pay more at that local butcher, but you pay more for the service that you get.
Yes.
But
So I
some-
was telling TJ, it's just a matter when Walgreens wants to go that route, if they do. Not that they will, but it's always a possibility they could go that route. Because I know I walk into Walgreens, that checkout stand is not manned all the time. A lot of times these people are doing other duties, just like you do, TJ. You might be doing something else, and all of a sudden you got 2 or 3 people in line, and somebody runs up front to check them all out.
Yeah.
Walgreens has so many holes, it's not even funny.
So but that's their business model. Okay. And that's how they want to do business until they're forced to change or not change. That's going to be a business decision on them. But getting back to the real topic of AI and everything else, when it comes to the agricultural side of things, that's where you have a problem where the machines have already been working. You have harvesters who
Waypoint.
do things
Yeah,
like
'cause
wheat,
some people
corn, and other things that
Some-
work.
some people come in the store and they'll be talking to me and saying things about like, oh, I've heard a lot of the Walgreens stores are closing. Is this one going to close? I was like, Oh, if I know.
Yeah, that is true. Cause I'll put it this here, a lot of the Walgreens pharmacies are already closing. And my daughter used to work for Walgreens in a pharmacy department. And so she's a pharmacy tech. So just like with Rite Aid out here in California
It's
used to be Thrifties. Now they're Rite Aid. And do I still see commercials? Most of the Rite Aids in my area are gone. We got
Yeah.
we got CVS's and a couple other other name we call drugstores, what you call them back in the day.
yeah. Most Rite Aids around here in Greenville are gone.
Yeah.
So
90% of them.
TJ, Walgreens has 8,600 stores. There possibly could be planning on using 2,150 of the underperforming stores.
Right.
Wait, what is that? What was that? Say that again.
They have 8,600 locations altogether. Their plans are to close 2,150 of the underperforming
The stores that are not making a profit.
Yeah.
Well, I never
Because
say
some of the-
I never say, David, that they don't make a profit. They're just not making enough profit.
Enough
not meeting-
profit.
Not
TJ,
not
it's
meeting the
because
profit margin.
Yeah.
TJ,
Right.
it's
So
because
you-
the
you'll find as
Walgreens
well-
and the Rite Aid are so close to each other, they're not going to make a profit being
Yeah,
so
but-
close.
But you'll find that a lot of them stores that close will be the ones they can't implement self-service tills because they can't get rid of staff to increase the profit.
Mm-hmm.
I love it when they send me to the self-service till. I said, okay, fine, but you're going to have to do it all because
But,
I'm really fine. I can't see it.
I actually like self-service. It's faster.
Well,
Sorry,
not
didn't-
Talk from anybody.
didn't
For me, it
over
is.
by Winn-Dixie?
Oversaturation of it is what the problem is, Justin. It's like you had, let's say you had 10 regular checkers, and then they knocked out half of them to put in all the self-service ones. So now you got 10 self-service areas, and you got 5 regular checker areas, and then they don't staff the 5 that you still have left. So you're forcing everyone. You go into a Walmart early in the morning, you can't even get a checker. You're gonna go through that self-serve line. And my thing is, I only got 1 or 2 items. Yeah, okay, I can see that. But not when I got a cart full of crap. I want to go
Yeah,
to the I want to go to the self-serve thing. I want to go to the
Right.
checker.
Do you
Yeah, but
guys have the
I'd
same
rather
stuff?
go to the tracker because they always put some 80-year-old there that's super slow.
Yeah.
Justin is right. Justin is right.
And
But
then you get all the
over
old
here-
people going through there wanting to write checks and shit.
Right. In
Justin,
the US,
Sam's Club.
do you
Sam's
have,
Club.
right? In the US, do you
Talk about
have
old people.
where they've done away with even the self-checkout tills because you get, as you go through the door, you scan your phone, they give you a little handheld device, and as you're going around, you scan the barcode, you're putting it in your bag straight away. You're bagging it as you're going. And then you get to the till, you scan it, and you're done. You can leave.
Walmart, when I left Walmart, they were testing that in some stores. Whether they decided to implement it or I don't know.
It's
Well,
massive over here. Massive.
I think here in the
Well,
States, the only one that does that is the Amazon Fresh stores.
Yeah.
The Amazon Fresh
Every-
stores have a
I
similar
haven't-
type of setup.
I haven't been in
I-
one store around here, David, that's got that.
You will have. Tesco's
I-
definitely have it.
Ours hasn't.
I can guarantee you they will have.
No, they haven't.
I honestly think that Whole Foods was a bad buy for Amazon. I think they should have tried to buy out an actual everyday man's type grocery store because Whole Foods is expensive. And not the
Well,
everyday shopper shops there.
Amazon,
is-
I think Amazon likes the fact of being exclusive.
Yeah. Well, Amazon over here didn't buy out a company like that. They've done a deal
Get you.
with Morrison's. And
Now,
it's
I
annoying.
tell you what's one of the biggest killers of a lot of local or regional shopping markets or whatever is the Costco's and Sam Clubs. Because it used to be when Costco first started out, it was called Price Club, way back in the day. So, and you had to be a member of some, like a union member of some local facility or something like that, to even try to get a membership. Now they almost let every swinging Dick, Tom, and Harry become a member at Costco's or Sam Club. It's not exclusive anymore. So people go on there spending bulk item money, and that means they're not shopping at the local Piggly Wiggly local Rouse or wherever else, or
Who?
markets in your area, because everybody's down at Costco. You can't, I tell you, you go to Costco, most Costco's open around 9:30. If you don't get there about 8, you might not get a parking spot, especially on a Saturday.
Who
Oh,
bought
yeah, they're
Piggly
busy on the
Wiggly
weekends.
anyway?
I don't know.
IGA, I think.
Yeah.
And
But I can say because of places like Costco's and Sam's Clubs have loosened their eligibility to become a member, has really put the crunch on a lot of markets. It's just like Walmart put Toys R Us out of business in the toy
they
side.
put a lot of companies out of business. Kmart,
So-
Toys R Us.
Oh yeah, Walmart
How's
put a
that
lot of people out of
cost?
business.
How's that Costco doing, Joe?
Busy.
Like I say, it's busy every day of the week. Try to show up on a Saturday, see what happens to you.
Or
Like
the day
you
before
go.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah. So like I said, I remember like I said when it was a Price
Right?
Club.
See this?
Oh
Oh
God.
yeah, dude. I got 2 Costco's within 15
busy
minutes
enough?
of me.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that's a normal day. That's just a normal
Yeah.
day.
Damn.
Like I said, you go on a Saturday, you will see the line running on the side of the building for people just trying to get in. And that's about any Costco you go to. The line on a Saturday will be along the side of the building of people trying to just get in the door.
And you
Wow.
know
That's
Joe's
crazy,
car
but
didn't move in that 4-hour hyperlapse.
Every time, like when we go shopping at Costco, it is always.
You haven't got
busy.
one of these in a
There's
while.
like people everywhere.
And like I
That's
say,
nuts.
TJ, I remember we used to go into Costco's, or I don't have a Sam card membership. I go into Costco's and you could just leisurely walk through, take your time. Now it's just like it's a zoo.
Yeah,
Exactly.
People are going
Exactly.
different directions. You almost got get a license to operate the cart.
Hey, Dre, that's called combat shopping.
It is. It is.
Combat shop.
It's like
really
a
is.
jungle. It's a
crazy
concrete
'cause
jungle.
There's a Costco near my mom's house, and it's like my mom. She kind of lives she lives in a 50+ community, and there's a bunch of Jewish families that live in the community, and like the one Costco near her is always crowded, and all the Jews go shopping like all the time.
And I was telling somebody, I
There
said,
it is.
I know Joe probably remember this because he was in the military and stuff, where you went to the old military commissaries and they had
Yeah.
arrows down the line that you had to follow those arrows when you shopped at a military commissary.
That's
And
IKEA,
that's
isn't it?
That's basically
Yeah.
what you need at a Costco. You need to make sure everybody follows the lines.
Oh,
so
you
can go
definitely
through
that.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
should have been with that. I was that other day, like the diet going in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they need to go the IKEA route, where you go in
There you
one
go.
door, and if you miss one item in IKEA, and you need to go back, you have to go out the store and back round. They
Yeah,
ain't gonna let
TJ,
you
watch
There
back.
we
it
go.
now.
Mm-hmm.
TJ, take this.
Yep. That's the normal Costco right there, dude.
Where's this one at?
That's by me. It's a brand new one.
Oh
Mhm.
wow.
Yeah, look at the parking lot.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
that's crazy.
Joe, you said it just opened, right?
Yeah, it just opened.
God, look at all the cars.
And you would think for a membership store that just opened, there is no way that many people could be members already when there's no other Costco around. Just
I'm
think about
assuming
that.
I'm assuming the Costco's here is the same as your Costco's, because Costco's over here, it was membership only, it still is. However, if I create a Facebook group like my Love Cockatiels, I can go in and say, I own a Facebook group, and they go, yep, here's your membership.
Well, that's just my point. They're not as exclusive as they once were back in the day.
I went over there last week when they opened, the Sunday after they opened. They opened on Wednesday. So it was Sunday a week ago, I think. And I went over and I parked next to the Steak and Shake that went out of business. And I just flew the Mini 3 and just did 3 hyperlapses and I wanted to see how busy it was. And I said, oh, hell no, I'm not going in there for a while.
Hey, Hey, Dre, on the news, it's showing California's burning. What the hell's going on?
You want
out
me to
there?
do?
Yeah, I'll just type into East Coast, about that, we have,
That's just internet.
the line fire, which is the main one, been burning for the last
I'm plugging
3-4
it, ain't gonna do
days.
anything. It's
That's
something
why
else on.
I'm home now, because I got sent home early because of the amount of,
How far
Has
is your
it been-
office from the fire?
I'm about, well, my office is about, I'd say 20-25 minutes away from the fire. My youngest daughter works at GameStop at a plaza, which is right off the 330 freeway, which they shut down 2 days ago. She hasn't been to work in the last couple of days because of that.
So has it been really dry there, Dre? That like you haven't had a lot of rain or anything?
Well, I can say, TJ, the fire has caused its own weather. We even had a impromptu rainstorm, I think it was Sunday, out of nowhere because of the, actually what it is, we got above triple digit temperatures. The fire is causing this over cloud, coverage in the sky. So basically, while that heat rising up into the clouds, it caused a rainstorm to occur on Sunday. But like I say, it's still triple digits. I think today's a little warmer. I think right now it's 94 degrees right now.
How can a fire just randomly start like that? I mean, the only thing I could think of, like
Heat and combustion.
It's called an inversion, because most of your weather comes from
Hi,
the
Rod.
ground.
Right.
The heat
Hi,
from the
Rod.
ground rises up in the clouds above you, and they call it like an inversion, to where it can create a rain or any other type of weather pattern within itself.
Oh, huh.
And TJ, you only need one little piece of glass on the floor and the sun to catch at the right angle to cause a fire.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But as of today, we had another fire start up in our neighboring city in Riverside. So they got a fire over there that just started, and that fire is a fire where we're at is only 5% contained. There's another fire that started in Orange County, down near Steve, I believe, Steve's area, not too far away from him, maybe about 20-30 miles from Steve. There's another fire in Orange County, and I heard there's one in LA County. So there's fires in pretty much the 4 counties around here.
And so you also don't need glass. All you need is a soda can.
Yeah.
That bottom is parabolic. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
right about here is a focal point. And
Mhm.
if you have a blade of grass or something there and you have the sun hitting it just right,
Yep.
pick it up.
Yep.
So that's, I say, it's hazy where I'm at. Like I said, my car is in the garage, but when I went to work today, I came out. My work truck, when I went to work yesterday, I always leave the windows cracked so they don't get so hot. Front seat covered with ash. I get in my car this afternoon. I got a little bit of ash coming down that came through the crack of the window, all that kind of good stuff. So we're getting some high humidity.
Soon Dre's car is gonna get a good wash and he's gonna clean the inside
Yeah. probably gonna get
because of the
inside.
ash.
Yep.
Fire starting 101.
Yep.
90%
But
of grass
that-
fires
but,
over here are started by kids.
We even
Dre,
got
that's
it.
crazy.
Yeah, we even got a tanker from New Zealand that's out here fighting fires with us. Yep. So
So any-
747.
Are any of the fires, do you think, were human started?
9 times out of 10 in California, they're always human started. We don't get lightning strikes like you guys do in other parts of the country. Most of our fires are always human related.
Either intentional or unintentional, right?
Right. Intentional or unintentional. Sometimes now we get the Santa Ana winds come through, then we might say it's a power line got knocked down or something because of the extreme wind.
Or somebody builds a small fire and gets out of
Right.
control and
Yeah, but at this time of year, the Santa Anas don't start coming into around late October, November timeframe. So yeah, anytime we get fires like this, extreme temperatures, it don't take much, Paul. Like Don was saying, it could be a discarded soda can or something like that, but it's usually human interaction that starts a fire.
Yeah. Soda can is very rare.
Yeah.
That kind of thing, or glass, that's very rare. It's usually
They had a fire about a month and a half ago, a couple of 16-year-olds playing with fireworks, illegal fireworks out in the field, caused a fire over there. you
Yep.
know, so it's
Cigarettes,
always-
I
fireworks.
don't doubt it.
Somebody doing something. It's usually not some sort of accident like a pop bottle or pop can or something like that. It's usually
Yeah.
cigarette or
We had a
So
big
my-
one in
my wa-
London a couple of years ago that set fire to loads of people's back gardens and houses. And that was started by some kid had a barbecue in his back garden, one of these disposable barbecues. And when his dad said, get rid of it, he literally just picked it up with a spade and launched it over the back fence.
Wow. Yeah, my wife hasn't been to work in the last 2 days because her school's been shut down.
How far is the school from the fire?
The school is on the airport, so I would say they're about 10 to
Roughly.
15 minutes from the fire. But like I say, it's an open plain area, so
Yeah.
all the smoke and ash is coming right
Smoking
there.
ash
So I'm
and everything, yep.
right.
Wow.
So the AQMD has designated our whole area as a high risk area for asthmatic people. So now it's been a big old debate with the school district as far as keeping schools open, and not so much for learning purposes, but we have a lot of people in our community to where, especially single parent families, where these kids, they get fed twice a day, plus it's almost like a daycare. There's parents who drop their kids off at 6 a.m. and those kids are at that school till about 5 p.m. waiting to get picked up again by their parents. So without those schools being open, that means that parent can't go to work.
Yeah.
You think
So-
about it, Dre's there saying he's 25 minutes away from a fire, or his daughter's 16 minutes away from the fire. When you consider how fast the fire can spread, you're
Oh.
talking miles per hour.
Mhm.
Yeah, it ain't that far.
No, it ain't that far. I mean, it's
One
Like I
gush
say-
of wind the wrong way,
right.
it's a whole new story.
And that's the thing here, because like I say, because when a
Different
fire creates its
bathtub?
own weather, it also creates its own wind. And
Yeah.
I would say the winds can change. Like they said, the fire here did change direction. It was burning coming west, and then it did a about face. Now it's going east. So right now, the main part of the fire is out near Redlands and Yucaipa area.
So is it going towards you?
No, it's going away from me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going away from me.
We had one a few
Hey,
years back.
chaps,
on
I gotta drop out, so I'll see you
Okay,
guys
Dominic.
another time.
Heaps,
All right,
heaps
Dom.
to do, Dominic.
Where you
Yeah.
headed, Dominic?
I got heaps to do.
Heaps to do and no time to do it. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had a fire on the Pennines in the 90s, and the firefighter decided to burn grass to what they call
Oh,
create
yeah,
a fire break.
What is that?
Right.
A soup or
He's
what?
got his chicken noodle soup or his
Turkey noodle. Turkey noodle. Smoked turkey too.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, David, that's a
Yeah.
common practice, what they
Yeah,
call
but
it.
it was that
a
fire
pre-burn.
break that
Mhm.
made it worse.
Yeah, that happens too.
Yeah.
A pre-burn or fire break can get out of control unless you know that's the problem. Now, Joe, I hear you guys got a hurricane coming through. Joe's got his
You're on
his
mute, Joe.
goggles on.
Yeah, it's gonna,
Hey, what's up,
gonna
Raj?
hit us tomorrow.
Yeah,
France.
I got a call
Yeah, I
from
was gonna fly to Avada with the new props in here, but I can't get the satellites, so I ain't fooling with it inside.
yeah.
It wound up taking my 65 out, and I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, because like
All
I
you gotta
said,
do is take the screws out, Joe.
Yeah, Dre, her name is Francine.
Francine,
What screws out?
The screws to change the props.
I changed the props.
Oh, you already changed
And what I
them?
was saying, I was gonna fly it in here, because I was getting ready to go outside to fly it, but it's raining enough that I'm not gonna try.
No.
I didn't think it was raining. It's just got a sprinkle going. I was just gonna fly it just around the complex real quick,
Mhm.
No.
but I'm not gonna try to fly it in here with 4 satellites.
Yeah.
It should
storms
still
with-
do it, but I don't want to take a chance.
Why do storms with the female names cause more damage?
I don't know.
David,
Depends on,
look at
depends how long you've been living out here, David, because I know there's been some storms with some male names that come through and created some serious damage.
look at
Always seems to be like Storm Gale or Storm Carol that causes the mayhem.
about
It used to be just
19
female names for storms. They just started doing male names. That's why.
Look at 1991 Hurricane Andrew, Florida.
Yeah.
Look how much
What did
damage
you
that.
do? What did you do?
He didn't do anything. That's the name of the storm.
That was the name of the storm.
Yeah. I remember when I was stationed out there in 84 at Camp Geiger. I think it was Hurricane Hugo that came through. And so in 84.
That was rough.
Yeah.
Were you holding on to the telephone, the flagpole?
No, wasn't doing that. And I remember it was a couple years later I was doing security duty down in Charleston Naval Shipyard. They caught the outskirts of a hurricane. I'm out there walking a post, holding on to my my Remington shotgun.
Good. You
I
know,
was like,
we have
yeah.
that the noodles. It's gonna be so good.
Oodles
I
and
heard-
oodles of noodles.
I heard there used to be a Navy Yard in California, but now they want to turn it back into a Navy Yard
Where at?
in California.
Well, California has had a lot of naval bases, dude. I mean, Long Beach used to be a naval shipyard itself. You had I'm trying to
It
think
was
one
right on the coast.
well, most of them all on the coast, Andrew.
Joe,
True.
according to that wind website, your storm has headed out towards sea a little bit.
That's hot, buddy.
Well, I'm just saying it could be something up in San Francisco Bay Area.
It used to be one like 50 years ago, and now all of a sudden they want to reactivate it.
Well, it could be something like the Presidio up in the San Francisco Bay Area. I mean, there's a lot of places that have shut down over the years.
We're done. Well, maybe almost an entire 30 minutes even.
What your
Did
dog
you
wants
get a chance
something?
to fly your drone since you fixed it?
No, I was gonna fly it outside, but it's raining, so I'm not gonna do it outside. It's not raining hard, but I'm still not gonna do it. And then in here, I can't get it to get more than 5 satellites. And I've never floated inside with 5 satellites, so I'm not gonna give it a chance.
Oh, 5 satellites. Ooh, man.
Yeah, Joe,
Yeah, I don't know
your,
what it'll do.
hurricane.
Mhm.
It's moved out towards sea a little bit, and it's got winds of 90 mile an hour now.
I lost that thing from my sofa and they take off down the hallway on me. I ain't doing that. I'd rather not break it before I could fly it. You know what I mean?
Well, I would think, Joe, you'd at least be able to just take it off and let it hover in the house.
Yeah, but it should. In reality, it should. Let's put it that way.
Do it, Joe. Come on.
Come on, Joe, you
No.
can do it.
You can do
No,
it.
I'm not doing it. 'Cause I don't know what these new props are gonna do.
Look
I don't know how the props are gonna be.
at Joe.
Send it, Joe. Send it. Send it.
Joe's just too scared to take it off. Look at him. Big brave man.
It's not being afraid. It's making positive choices.
I like that, Joe. I like that.
Does that thing have the landing legs on there?
Joe, I would call it peer pressure, but you're not my peer.
This is
Tack one up for Donald.
Here comes the finger.
You got the golden.
That's funny. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
I love you too, Don.
Don't stop sending me food pictures.
Should have sent you the jambalaya pictures yesterday.
Oh, you should have.
Oh,
I didn't get that. I didn't get
I
that
guarantee
one.
you, when I make gumbo, you're getting video pictures.
I'm
Joe must have had
I've got-
5 gallons of jambalaya.
I had 5 plates of it, good 5 plates. 6 plates. So I got one more in there going.
I need to make some jambalaya.
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 Some jambalaya.
Jambalaya. You got to put a little grape jelly in it.
Just mispronouncing it to get under your skin.
All right, no, you can't.
Joe, your old Navy base in Bywater is getting at least 20 million to rehab the complex. Turn
It's
it
not
into
my old
make-
Navy base.
Huh?
It was actually, it was a naval base, but it was actually headquarters, fourth division, fourth
Oh,
division. It was headquarters. But across the river was 8th Marine Corps District. That's where I was stationed for a while. Yeah, I was blessed to be stationed here for 3 years.
big complex.
Yeah, big complex. Now it's a big rundown place.
It's got what, at least 3 or 6 buildings on it?
Yeah, big place.
Looks like warehouses.
But because I don't know what's going to happen with electricity, tonight about 7 o'clock, I will have me a 1-inch ribeye. And I'll be cooking that 1-inch ribeye and having the jambalaya on the side.
Jambalaya.
Ooh.
That sounds good.
There you
What
go,
do you-
Joe.
And I'll send you a picture.
You can see it's moved out a little bit and it's heading.
Oh.
I think it's going to go more this way.
There we go. We see it now. Let's see.
Does it have a future track on it, David?
No, this
Not with that, I'll
doesn't.
show 'em.
But this has got a 5 minute delay. So these wins are 5 minutes ago, and it was gusting. That one's 55, 82 mile an hour there.
Yeah,
That's
but-
gonna,
So the
Some of
Indiana
that-
storm is smaller than the. Is out of the hill.
but it looks.
Elect-
But I
catching it.
think
I was gonna say Alexis is catching a little bit of it. Looks like.
Yeah.
yeah, she's gonna get something. But I
No, she's
think
not.
Joe. I think Joe's more
She's
likely
getting
to
a
get
little
more.
wind. That's all I get.
I think Joe or Johnny's gonna get more.
Where'd everybody go?
Well, your hurricane tracker, Joe, shows it more to the right, right?
Yeah, when he
It-
stops sharing, I'll show you.
I think it's gonna hit Louisiana.
It's supposed to hit Louisiana.
Mhm.
I'll show you
And then-
exactly.
Okay, Joe.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shortly
Okay, remember,
after
I'm
it
right
hits,
here. Right there is where I'm at. Right.
Shortly after it hits, it
Nothing
looks
on
like
the
it might
screen
go
yet.
straight up.
You're not sharing, Joe.
Well, I did share. I thought I shared. Hold on.
Come on, Joe. Share.
Well, you don't have to share now. Share when you get that ribeye.
Sharing is caring, Joe. Sharing is caring.
Rigger, it may not be a pretty debate. Let me put
Okay,
it that
I'm
way.
right here. That's right where I'm at. Okay.
Is it dinner ready? Okay, I'm
Now
ready.
watch.
Oh,
Oh, it's
And
moving that
remember,
direction.
I'm right here.
I thought it was moving
Now,
north. That's going.
it's
A lot
right
more
on
east
top
than
of
I
you
thought.
there.
that's gonna be right on top of me.
That's going a lot more east
Now,
than I thought it was.
the good news is if you look at something, that's a category, high category 1 or a or a low category 2 right there. When it hits here, the wind shear, what they've been talking about, is tearing it apart. So and that right there, all that red is gonna be right where I'm at. So it's gonna,
I heard they're debating on will it hit as a Cat 1 or 2.
Is
Yeah,
it
that's
gonna
a
move?
big
Is it
thing right
gonna
now.
move pretty fast or stay? Because I noticed that
Oh,
when
it's
it
gonna-
went when it went inland, it shot straight up.
yeah, it's gonna be out of there within 12 hours. It's gonna be up here within 12 hours. The sucker goes all over the place.
I heard by Friday it might be all the way up to Indiana.
Yeah, just watch. Right there, it's directly over me, and that's Thursday. That's Thursday. And then that's still Thursday. Friday, when Friday hits, it's gonna be about right here.
Hey,
We're
Steve
perfectly
Carpenter,
clear.
hello.
You know, so we're gonna be
Steve
perfectly clear.
Carpenter.
Long time, Steve.
Steve.
Steve,
But it's
give us
going
the
right on
update.
top of me. We're gonna get it. Hey, rigor mortar's in too.
Steve,
Hey,
you don't
Steve.
have to deal with any of those fires out there in California, do you?
Hey,
Gray left us.
I think Dre's going
And
for
that wind
dinner.
shear is tearing it up right now.
Actually, yes.
That's why it's still a
Dominic.
tropical storm.
Dominic, who was it who said they didn't recognise the people that were on Scott's show last night?
Steve, it sounds like you're putting it in order for rain. If that is correct, how much rain would you like?
No,
What do
Are
you
you
think,
gonna-
Rod?
you
You
gonna
think it's gonna
you
fly
gonna set
better
up
with
a
4
training
blades
crew?
or 3?
I think Johnny would be very happy to process your order.
So
Yeah.
on the Avada one,
I mean, he'll get-
I think the 3-bladed was a little faster, but the 3 blades were fatter, so I think you had more lift.
Yeah, because I used the 3 on the 1.
Hmm.
Uh,
Depends on
maybe-
how wide those blades are.
Drone shot says, Joe, that it's coming right straight for us. Michigan.
Maybe.
It's coming up that way. Yeah, these blades are just as thin as the original Avadas. I mean, the original Avada 2s. It's just you got 4 of them instead of 3.
Come on in. Yeah.
Should have a little more lift, should be a little more responsive.
That's what they're saying. They're saying it's gonna be quieter too.
Could be.
Know what the pin-
Rod, where do you think the hurricane's gonna go?
Yeah.
North.
Yeah, but do you think it's gonna end up in Michigan or say New
Be
York?
right back, guys.
Close to the North Pole.
It's gonna be nasty for about a day. But you know what? I got
Oh,
nothing to do. They called off all the schools shut down, so the games Wednesday night are shut down. So that means I don't have to get wet back to back games. But Friday night's gonna probably be so beautiful.
Yeah. Well,
download some Netflix and then watch some Netflix.
right. According to this, it's going to track across Paul and hit the edge of Canada before heading towards north of Scotland, where it'll just be a mild storm.
David, I'm sorry for the rain.
It won't be much rain by the time it reaches us. It never is.
It's always cloud and rain, a little bit of rain, right?
We get some, but yeah.
Did miss.
By the time it gets to us, it's just a mild wind.
Comes the rain again, falling on my head like a memory.
Falling on my head like a memory.
What was that? Feeling like a ship on the ocean.
Hey Steve, are you
Hey
near?
guys, I'm
any of
gonna
the
go ahead and
fires?
jump off here. I'm gonna go see if I could round up some tacos for Taco Tuesday. We'll see y'all in the morning.
Is there food trucks there, teacher?
Yeah, but there you have to like there's probably something like in West Palm. I don't think there's any like here in Riviera.
okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
I
you
wasn't
have to
sure.
you have to drive a little bit just to get to a food truck.
I wasn't sure if they were any good or not.
Yeah, I mean, something like food
Yes.
food off of food trucks ain't too bad though. So
Yeah, that thing's shifting now. It's shifting where it
We'll
looks
see y'all
like the
later.
eye's gonna come in under New Orleans.
That's what I was just about to say. It looks like it's coming under you, slightly
Yeah,
under.
because one
Yeah,
of
it's
the
going under New Orleans. It looks like it's gonna wind up in Mississippi, Alabama at full force. That's
yeah,
good for us.
yeah, the new model just came in, so that's what you're looking at.
Yeah, I'm watching it right now, and they were saying yesterday, if you're looking for some place to go to Mobile. It's going right over Mobile. It looks like.
Well,
Everybody
Mobile-
back.
You know that means that low pressure is picking it up because that's
Well, that
what's
low
pull-
pressure's knocking the crap out of it through the door.
Yeah, it's pulling it.
Bye, TJ.
So we're gonna get. I'm hoping that we get no more than about 20, 25 mile an hour winds. You know, because that could happen if it does that, and that because I'll be 60 miles, 70 miles from the heavy winds.
Yeah. So
And
does
we're
a
only
low
getting 20,
pressure
25
slow
mile an
it?
hour winds. That we're not gonna have any problems.
Yeah. So does a low pressure slow it or speed it up?
Low pressure pulls it,
It-
to it
the
and sucks
the
it
low
towards it.
sometimes the low pressure steers it.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah, but is
But
it
it's
good
coming
news?
in about
So,
low
low
pressure's
pressure, is
above
it
it,
good
so it's
news or
sucking
bad
it up.
news?
It's good news. It's good news to keep it away from you.
Can we stop talking about controversial stuff like the weather and get back to politics?
Yeah,
No.
there you go.
Wait, Don, are you referring to the debate?
No,
No, that's over with.
No, it's not till 9 o'clock.
we don't care.
I'm gonna make some popcorn and drink beer, and I'm gonna be eating my steak.
No, you're not. You're going to be sat there with your gun ready to shoot the
Wait,
air.
wait.
Go, I don't believe you.
What if you-
Pow, pow, pow.
What if you partly cook the steak, cut it up, and put it in the jambalaya, mix the steak in jambalaya?
No, I ain't ruining that steak. I'll eat that steak a little bit at a time. But I might, David, I might say bitch a few times tonight. Like,
I
shut up,
didn't
bitch.
know how it would be flavor wise if you mixed the steak with the jambalaya.
Hey, worry about that.
Doing
I'd rather
the
eat the steak, but I want the flavor of the steak.
Joe, do you want me to get Laura to come in and say, shut up, Harris? You can record it.
Tell her to come in and say, shut up, bitch.
According to this tracking here, I mean, it's bloody slow, but it reckons in the next 16 hours, it should be just underneath Joe. And within the next 24 to 36 hours, it should be over Georgia. Does that sound about right?
That's bad. Hey, you know what's bad about that?
What's that?
My son's house is in North Carolina, and he's in New York, and she's down here.
Oops.
Yeah,
Was there a body swap?
they got good insurance. You know?
Well, it's going to skim the top of Florida, according to this.
I hope there's
Yeah, it
flood
might go out in the
insurance.
water. So what you're saying is going to hit Apalachicola, Florida again, probably.
Well,
Yeah, Apalachicola, if you look in the panhandle up top, it's that little point that comes down.
Yeah.
That's Apalachicola, Florida. And Apalachicola has been hit by more hurricanes than any place else in the United States.
Yeah. If this is correct, then yeah.
Yep. I joke about it when they say it's in the Gulf, it's going to Apalachicola.
Is that
I joke about it a lot. A lot of times it goes there.
Because a lot of these storms just tend to go wherever they feel like it.
It's all steering by the weather, by the different systems. The problem is that everything they told to evacuate, Lower Plaquemines Parish, all of that, that's where it's going over right now. So they were right in telling them to get out. Those are the places that you don't want to be.
Yeah.
Slide
The
down.
sad news is,
Slide
though,
down.
some places where they told people to go, it's going to get hit.
Yeah.
If it follows this path.
I don't know on their accuracy rating for their projected path. Do you, Joe?
No. The path changes. This was changed more than any of them lately. Usually, you get the consensus to get pretty good. But like the guy, the meteorologist that's on Channel 8 right here, he said day before yesterday, he said, I can't see it going in by Lafayette because there's too many patterns that are going to the right, and they're not picking, and they're not telling us to pick it up.
So where are
They're
you,
not telling
Joe?
them to use it.
Are you actually in New Orleans or are you to the right of it?
I'm north of New Orleans. Yeah, Lake Pontchartrain borders New Orleans on the top.
Yeah, so
On the top of New Orleans. I'm 30 miles above that.
right.
I'm in St. Tammany, Mandeville, Louisiana.
Right now, NOAA has it going just east of Baton Rouge.
Yeah, that's what they keep saying. But that
Hey,
sucker's
Rod.
definitely making a turn.
Rod,
Yeah,
I'd be
according to
careful
this, it's
the way you
going
say
west
it
of
that
Baton
way.
Rouge, and you're going to get a hell of a lot of rain.
I'd be careful
Yeah, the
about calling it something to do with Noah. I mean, the last time it happened, they had to build a bloody ark.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that Noah,
well,
yeah.
no, you can look at the Mike's. You can look at the spaghettimodels.com to see
Yeah, the
what
spaghetti models are turning it, you know.
When I looked a little bit ago, they still
Have they got little chopped up hot dog sausages in them?
Yeah.
yeah, it was coming a little front over top of you is probably about right, Joe.
Yeah, that's what. And but that's what it's doing though. Like I'm saying, the run that they're showing, the radar run, is showing the eye of New Orleans coming in at the bottom of Lake Pontchartrain. So that means it's cutting across. Yeah, and that'd be great for us.
You know, even 12 hours out, they can be 30 plus miles off. So
Yeah,
it could or it couldn't.
we'll find out. I won't know till.
Are you leaving, Don? Okay.
That's
Bye.
right, John. So this is a different website. This is where it's got it showing the rain.
The one to look at
That's
is
in
the
12 hours.
global model.
There we go.
That's the one that Noah normally follows. Go Noah. You got GEPS and you got GFS.
Man.
And then the consolidated, which is the global.
Yeah, go to 24 hours. That's where it is.
If you check the European model, usually European is a little more accurate, from my experience.
Last couple of
These
years, it
models,
seems to
what
have
they're
been.
showing me here and what they're showing me on Noah's like completely different.
Is one
Noah
is
is the
one-
global Noah is the global track.
Is one
if you look
showing
at the
you the
global,
American and the other global, or is one of Noah and the other is like European?
The one I was just showing is the European model.
The Euro model tends to be one of those accurate ones.
Yeah. Justin, we should stick with using the European model.
Which is weird.
No, they get better.
What was that, Mark?
I said, which is weird because never get it right.
Donald.
So I thought it was raining then, but it's not. It's lowering a freaking Elite 2 controller.
They're getting better at predicting.
Apparently Donald is talking about his wife in the kitchen. You see that, Justin? In the
No,
chat?
I'm not on my computer at the moment.
Yeah, Noah's got it coming right up next to me. but
yeah,
where it hits the coast and turns north, whereas Channel 8's run is showing it hitting the coast and coming in going this way instead of that way.
What Donald means to say is he's going to edge his bets. If she means nudes, great. If she means noodles, he's pretending to be the naked chef.
Pretty much all the models show it turning pretty much north into Tennessee.
Yeah.
Have you been watching Ryan Hall?
Ryan Hall should be on it.
Yeah, that boy knows his shit, man. He outdoes some of the big meteorologists. That dude knows his shit. He's pretty damn good.
Is that the guy in Tampa?
He's I don't know. He's got a big YouTube channel though, and he's got a bunch of guys that go out during the storms, and he's
Is that the guy that has them in the back of the utes fucking chasing it with cameras?
Yeah, he'll have a bunch of. Well, no, he sits in a studio, and then he has a bunch of guys that go out, and then
on
they
the
get a
back of
bunch
vans chasing twisters and shit.
Yeah, they're
He
going
came
to
on
all
8
the
hours
different
ago.
storms. But he also a lot of the donations he gets from YouTube go to help victims and stuff too. Like he's really good all around. Just he's a good dude.
Oh,
But he
he's
knows
got
his shit though.
he's
Like
got all. I'm just scrolling through the video. He's got all the models.
See, because all these meteorologists get all their shit from the same places. It's just how they interpret. They think it's the storm's going to go.
It's the National
some of
Weather
them-
Service
It's
that
Right, but some
releases
of 'em-
everything.
Right, and then they kind of take what they looking at, and from their experience, they try to come up with what they think it's slightly other. That's why some news agencies are different, because the meteorologists are coming up with their own way of interpreting it, and then what they think that's going to do. I don't know. Ryan Hall seems to be dead on pretty much on a lot of shit. I watch him a lot whenever there's a storm in my area.
They should hedge the bets. The weather forecast is it's going to be cold and wet and windy.
And warm and hot and calm.
Possible snow. Yeah.
Yeah, with possible snow. Exactly. It's gonna be warm with possible snow.
There's always a chance of snow somewhere in the U.S.
Well, they predicted snow for Scotland later this week. The far north of Scotland. Screw that for a game of soldiers.
Odds there'll be snow this year for David's area.
When's Laura going to Scotland?
Next week, obviously. Why else do you think it's snowing up
That
there?
explains it.
David just sends her out of town so you can get some decent weather.
Yeah.
Daldy, dude, you can make some money by sending her to California. It'd probably help with the drought over there. You could sit and charge up all Dre's batteries and guarantee some rain.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't need. All that rain we had the other day, we don't need this.
See, California doesn't need a lot of rain at once. They need a lot of rain over a long period of time. Out of that
Joe.
drought.
You need a
I
steady
hate-
rain.
Right, Joe, I hate to be the bearer of bad news. Like you said, the European model is normally pretty good.
Right.
You want to see where this tracks? Right over the
You
top
got-
of you.
And then you always got that one spaghetti model that just goes out on its own. It's like, what about that? Don't worry about that little guy.
Every one of those models has that because they're actually made up of multiples. And then they
Called a
average
spaghetti
them.
model because some
Yeah.
guy stands near it and throws spaghetti and says, right, that's the way it's going to go.
There's sometimes they'll do those spaghetti models and a bunch of them be grouped together. It'll be one fucking model that decides to go out in the fucking nowhere, no man's land.
When you spaghetti, you mean the isobars model?
I don't know. All the meteorologists over here call it the spaghetti model.
Or we call them isobars.
Yeah, pressure fronts.
Yeah.
It's like a contour map of pressure instead of height.
I mean, shit, we've had hurricanes before I lived here that
You do me a
Florida, that
favor.
hit Florida and swung back out and came back in from round two.
Oh, I just need you to say, shut up, beach, for Joe. What are you? Excuse me. You're only supposed to electrocute them, you're not supposed to cook them.
Where's Laura?
She's
Somewhere.
Can you not guess, Paul?
Laura's got the electric bat attacking moths.
Oh.
And
Anyways, see
instead
y'all
of
later.
electrocuting them so they
Okay,
just,
Rod.
you know,
Hi, Rod.
Don't forget to watch the debate tonight, Rod.
yeah, so instead of electrocuting them so they just, you know, fall to the floor and die, she's actually freaking keeping hold of them so they cremate. Pack it in, it stinks.
Yeah, they're still the model he's showing me right now is showing that sucker coming in, going right underneath Lake Pontchartrain, right on the eye wall, top of the wall. The eye wall is right on top of Lake Pontchartrain, right at the right. Lake Pontchartrain is here, comes across like this, and I'm way up here. So if that happens, I'm good. I'll
And if
know
you don't-
tonight by 10 o'clock tonight. I'll know for sure. But I've seen them suckers get right to the mouth of the river, coming the other way, and stop. Completely stop. I saw one come through New Orleans, went about to Mandeville, where I'm at, stopped, and then went back to New Orleans. Went back,
Oh,
hit him
yeah,
again.
like I said, there's been hurricanes that have come in, swung back out on the ocean, came around too.
He come in
I ain't
around
done
and
what
kick
you
your
yet,
ass the second
bitch.
time.
I think
I didn't beat your ass enough. You know,
I think it was Hurricane Matthew did that.
Betsy did that. Yeah, I was 8 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been through. I have a count somewhere on the computer. I've got a count of them. All the ones I've been in, and it's like 37.
Wow.
Well,
You
we
know,
don't get
like
hurricanes over here,
37.
do
I've
we,
been
Mark?
within miles of.
No, just mild breezes.
Mild breezes?
We've only ever had one hurricane. And
Until it gets to over 100 miles an hour winds, it's just a mild breeze.
yeah, and then it's a gale. But
Have
yeah,
you seen
1987 was the only hurricane we had in the UK. And that's when Michael Fish, the weather reporter, made a joke. Yeah. He said, I've just had a call from a lady in Cornwall who said a hurricane was going to hit the UK tonight. We can assure her the UK does not get hurricanes. Guess what? We fucking got one.
So I
We
wonder.
got battered.
I
When
wonder
was
now.
that, David?
87.
87.
I wonder now if you're due for another hurricane.
Okay, they're telling us we're gonna get 43-mile-an-hour winds.
We had that the day before yesterday.
Up, Joe.
I can deal with that.
Yeah, the other night we had 87-mile-an-hour winds and someone's trampoline had left the garden and landed in someone else's 2 doors down.
Hey,
Shoot,
Steve
I can fly the
Carpenter,
Mavic 3 with 43-mile-an-hour winds.
Oh, I've seen a trampoline blow from.
But why is it
down-
a hurricane? If it's 43-mile-an-hour wind, why do they call it a hurricane? Because
Well, that's
clearly
where
that's
I'm
not
at.
strong.
In New Orleans, they're gonna be getting 80-mile-an-hour winds.
We tore ours apart during the last one.
Yeah, but
Before
80
that.
mile an hour is not, well, it is. It's pretty bad, but
Yeah,
we get that quite often.
yeah. It depends on. It all depends. You see now that rain that we were supposed to get, like the 10 to 12 inches of rain. Now we're right on the border on the opposite side.
Yeah,
So we'll probably get about 6,
an
7
80
inches.
mile an hour wind might knock a few trees down, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Couple of
Yeah, it ain't gonna-
trees, couple of chimneys, a few cats blown down the highway, as you guys call it.
You're gonna have Dick Van Dyke up there going, step in time, step in time.
Step in time, step in time.
Yeah, that's an idea. Joe, once it hits, you got to go outside and do step in time, step in time.
Yeah.
Do some chitty chitty bang bang dance.
Chitty chitty bang
Like I
bang,
said,
chitty,
if
chitty,
it's
bang,
only
bang.
in the 40s, I can fly the drum.
Why is that the same tune as the old bamboo?
It is, isn't it? The old bamboo, the old bamboo.
Yeah, that's Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Big Van Dyke.
It was still Dick Van Dyke.
Oh,
Yeah. That woman.
I hope my steak's thawed out enough. I should have pulled it out.
You need a thaw tray there, Joe.
A what?
It's called a thaw tray. It's got a little water in it that helps thaw the meat. It's like a little plate sort of thing.
You just stick it on the window ledge.
I just fill the sink full of water and throw it in it in a plastic bag.
This was the best one right here.
Good day, Joe. Take care.
So the Weather Channel over here.
Oh, you have this
God.
little
Oh, I remember this.
microwave
What the
that
Yeah,
goes
watch.
across.
In Wilmington,
See how he's like acting
He's
like
not
he can barely
playing.
stand up.
North Carolina,
Now
right at
watch
the
behind him.
Intercoastal, and we're in one of these bands.
These two people just walking like
So
ain't
that's
nothing
Mike
going on.
Seidel in Wilmington, North Carolina. But as he
Is anyone
braces
else
and
getting that
fights to
playing,
win
or is it just
Friday,
me?
check out the two
Well, there you go.
There we
guys.
go.
It's not playing now.
Now it is.
Now.
It's playing.
No,
It's
okay,
just on
watch,
delay.
watch.
Okay, hit
It's-
the play
it's,
button.
Reuters was
uh,
essentially faking it during his coverage of Hurricane Florence.
Probably seen the video on Facebook as that reporter struggles to keep his balance.
Okay, picking it up here.
Watch
in
two people
Wilmington,
behind
North
them.
Carolina, right at the Intercoastal, and we're in one of these bands.
The motion isn't
So
working.
that's Mike Seidel
Yeah.
in Wilmington, North
Wait for it.
Carolina. But
The guy
as he
who's walking.
braces and
It's still on. It's on a large delay, so that's why.
Yeah, it wasn't
No,
playing,
no.
Justin. But I've seen
No,
the
but
video.
anyway,
What you got, Joe?
The ribeye. That's what I'm cooking tonight.
Cooking a ribeye. All right.
no, but the whole point was Weather Channel got caught. They said one of their reporters was faking it because he was pretending he could barely stand up, and he had all these people were walking behind him like it was nothing going on.
Go to Leo.
I'm holding it, and the Loki's over here looking at it like, drop
Oh,
it.
dude.
Please drop it.
Drop it.
That is a nice looking rib. I'm not even gonna lie.
Perfect for the Last Supper.
Last
Look at all
summer.
that marbling. Look at all that fat in there.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good one.
That looks
Looks how thick.
tasty.
Me and Aubrey
About an inch-
love eating
about an inch
steak.
thick.
And that's our favorite part of the steak. Is the
All it
fat.
looks like Time Live have gone for a different type of ship.
Yeah, they got the moon.
Then we have jambalaya, what I got left of it, the ribeye, and a salad.
You ain't kidding, Dre,
Dre.
man, 'cause the internet's been acting up like the last hour or so. That's why I keep leaving the panel because it keeps kicking me
It's
out.
like half a moon.
Zoom's been playing up all night.
It's definitely my internet. I ran some internet speeds when I was off the live stream a minute ago, and they were super slow. I don't know what's going on.
I keep getting messages from Virgin saying that my internet connection keeps on dropping out and I should check on me plugs in the house.
Yeah, we keep getting that.
Mark, maybe they're working on the line.
No, it's
No.
Virgin. They don't work on the line.
Or they're doing work on wherever their server is.
No, when it
That
comes to
distributes your
Virgin,
internet.
when it comes to Virgin, they're old school, right? You ring them up, you go, my internet's gone off. They go, okay, and then they switch it off and switch it back on. They go, there you go, or they smack it on the side.
I get texts from Spectrum saying your internet has been restored well after my internet's been restored.
Yeah, and then they send you a customer service online survey. How did
Dre.
we do? Fucking terrible.
Maybe because it's not a Virgin anymore. I was on Virgin Mobile back in the day.
That won't be the same Virgin, will it?
Yeah,
What, Richard
Owned by
Branson?
Richard Branson.
yeah, they
Can't
have.
get Virgin Mobile anymore.
I don't think it's a thing
Well, you
over here
didn't,
anymore
they
either.
joined together with O2.
Yeah,
Let me see.
I-
I don't know if you can get it over here. I haven't been on it in years.
no, we get
I mean, years
O2
and
for
years.
mobile and Virgin for TV and internet.
Well,
Uh,
that
we used to
earlier
have-
this year.
We used
It was
Virgin.
still Virgin Mobile till earlier this year when they joined to O2.
I mean, it's
We
strange as well because O2 used to be part of the BT network. In fact, it was set up by BT,
Yeah.
and then they split off and went their own way. And now they're joined with a
bigger-
rival company.
Yeah,
They're
so
bigger than
Walmart
BT.
still does Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, well, you've got to remember that Virgin in its past guises of who it bought out, basically,
Yeah.
was 9X
Yeah. Kelly West and NTL.
and another one,
Now, whatever happened to
Cable and
Ryan?
Wireless. Started off as Cable and Wireless, then became 9X, and then Virgin bought it out.
Yeah, Virgin bought them all out. Telly West,
Yeah.
9X and whatever. And what was it down here? I can't remember what it was.
So I guess he did sell Mint Mobile to T-Mobile.
I think Ryan Reynolds was a founder or owner of
Yeah,
Mint
I
Mobile.
think he was just an early investor. But Mint Mobile, yeah, they got bought out. I guess they're getting bought out by T-Mobile for $1.35 billion. Yeah, they reached an agreement to acquire him. But Ryan Reynolds still does all the commercials for it, so I don't know if
Yeah,
he's
T-Mobile used to be over here, but now they're T-Mobile and Orange merged to become EE.
T-Mobile's huge over here. You got three major carriers here. You got Verizon, you got AT&T, and you got T-Mobile.
Yeah,
All the rest of the companies, all they do is they use the
the only one out of those three that has been in the UK was T-Mobile.
Yeah, because we got T-Mobile over here now. We got EE, O2, Virgin, Free, and Vodafone.
Didn't we used to have Vodafone?
And that, what's it one?
Motorola?
Lycra, is it?
Oh, Vodafone.
Yeah,
and SmartNet. But they piggyback on other networks.
Yeah.
Before I mentioned, have their own mass.
Yeah, that's all that all the other carriers over here do.
BT stopped doing mobile.
But if you can build a big enough mobile carrier over here, you can guarantee one of the three are going to want to buy you out at some point.
Yeah.
So that's like a guaranteed cash cow right there. If you can make a big business, one of the three will end up buying you out.
Bamboo have just sent me an email going, do I want to buy another A1 printer?
Which is kind of funny because Ryan Reynolds, like in all the commercials from Mint Mobile, he bashes the shit out of all the major carriers. He doesn't usually say them by name, but he always says, "Oh, we're not like all the major cell carriers. We'll offer you this and this." Apparently, they got bought out by one of them.
Mark,
we
your
used to have
picture you sent me has only just come through. On the,
we used to have 4, but Sprint's no longer around anymore.
Sprint was the one that used to get advertised over here. If we wanted to go to the US, it said sign up to Sprint.
Yeah.
Sprint and Motorola merged years ago, but the problem is all the other cell net carriers, they all used one system. Sprint decided to use another system, and it wasn't a very good or reliable system on their towers and stuff, and so they ended up screwing them in the long run. I mentioned both companies were kind of going away to the wayside when they decided to merge together, which thing is like one shitty company bought another shitty company, and it just created a big shit pile, pretty much. And then Sprint decided they were going to buy, what was it, Radio Shack out. So they turned all the Radio Shacks to cell phone type stores.
Yeah, Radio Shack was our Maplin's, weren't it?
No, Radio Shack was Tandy.
Tandy. Tried to get it years ago, didn't they?
I mean,
Yeah,
Radio Shack went out a while ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, they got bought out by Sprint back in the day. And then Sprint ultimately, I think, got bought out by T-Mobile when it was all said and done.
You want to know what happened to Radio Shack? Sheldon Cooper grew up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then we had Metro PCS, which was really big in Florida. And they actually had all their own towers and shit. And they started getting really big, and T-Mobile came in and bought them out. And now they own all their shit, too, all their network.
Donald said, sign up for Slut Mobile. They're cheap as hell, and they'll give service to everybody.
For what mobile?
Slut Mobile.
Slut Mobile, you usually sign up that in Vegas, right off the strip.
Yeah.
Hello? What?
I know down here in Florida, T-Mobile's the best one.
Andrew just got
They have the best coverage in Florida.
the hell? Andrew's lights went out, and then he went, hello? And then
What
just
is
disappeared.
what is the guy?
His
that-
phone rang.
That's an actor.
Yeah, no, but it's the way his lights went out.
That has
That's
has-
Brian Reynolds.
Brian Reynolds. What's the name of his company?
Mint Mobile. That was the one you signed up for and then got confused and ended up backing out of it.
Ryan
That was the
Reynolds
one that
owns Wrexham Football Club, and I wish he'd fuck off.
Yeah, he did. That's right.
Yeah, because it's just 2 seasons ago, Wrexham and Stockport were first and second in the Conference League, which was non-league. Last season, they were first and second in League 2. This season, the first and second in League 1. So if they keep going at this rate, they're going to be fucking Premier League champions soon.
Wow.
We'll have enough of that, Mr.
Ryan
Reynolds.
Reynolds bought that?
Yeah, he bought Wrexham.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh, my God.
I didn't know that.
Ladies and
But
gentlemen.
I know down here, I have my work phone, my old
Ladies
work
and
phone,
gentlemen, I give
Verizon.
you Steve Carpenter.
Carpenter.
But my old work phone was Verizon and my personal phone was T-Mobile. And there were so many areas I would go into where my work phone would not get any signal and I would have full 5G going to those same areas. Like T-Mobile was way better coverage around here.
Good evening, Steve.
Because even Ron complained when he was down here for the drone up how his Verizon didn't work very well down here. But then Verizon committed like $1 billion to try to improve their infrastructure down in Florida because of the influx of people moving here. They're trying to get their network up stronger.
Don't you use roaming?
There he is.
Then?
Hey, Steve.
So it just piggybacks another network.
Hello, gentlemen.
How you doing?
I don't know how all that works, but yeah, there is roaming. They used to charge you for it. I don't think they do anymore.
How are things doing out there in the fire zone?
It's a lot of fire. It's about the closest one to us here is about 15 miles away. I'm going to put my drone up tonight. I know people have been able to capture images here from the coast last night. But I've just been watching the one spotter plane. This to tell you how much they're flying around. This is a Beechcraft spotter over here.
Let me know.
Wow.
And they've got helicopters here that are picking up from the lake over here. And they got a couple other helicopters here that are picking up from a small lake and pools over in here, because the fire actually is running from about right here up over, well, you can see this one up over here. This is another plane and another helicopter. They're coming in up over here. There's also fires over here.
So
Have they figured out the source of the fires?
They're
What's
nicking
that?
the water. They're nicking the water out of people's swimming pools in their gardens.
They'll do that if it's necessary. They actually can.
Yeah.
Steve, have they figured out
Do
how
they-
fires started?
Most of your water's on meter, isn't it? Do they recompense the owners when they have to fill it back up?
No, they'll come in and suck the water right out of your pool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But
It depends
he's
what
saying,
they have. They've got some of the brand new ones, a couple of the brand new helicopters that are. Oh shoot! I shouldn't have changed it here. Let me show you. This is one. We got 2 of these that are brand new.
for Orange County Sheriff's Department here.
Yeah, they
These
got a
are,
tank
two
underneath.
new Sikorsky.
Sea Kings.
These are
Steve,
two
on that-
fire helicopters.
Yeah. Steve, on that map, where's Studio City?
And then there's another one here. Like I say, there's one over here, and they've got a Chinook over in here on the ground as a backup.
That's
And
like a pretty good sized little lake there too. Is that
Well,
a
especially-
reservoir where the lake is, or?
this you can see where they're working right here. And then you've got the spotter, of course. I think this is it. Yeah. That's a spotter plane.
Let's hope they don't do what they did last time and crash into each other.
What's that?
There was two helicopters that were putting out fires that crashed into each other earlier in the year, weren't there?
No, they weren't. Those were
I think that was last
Stingray
year.
helicopters.
Well, we
Scenic
know this
helicopters.
one here, we know was started by a piece of machinery. Sparks coming off from it.
No. Those were two, I think, sheriff's helicopters, Mark. I think they were
Well,
law
how-
enforcement helicopters.
Steve?
I know which ones you're talking about too. They hit each other on the
Yeah.
helipad. Yeah, I think those were
No, not
police
there.
helicopters.
No,
No.
two firefighting ones.
No, they were firefighting. I think they were spotting helicopters for the fires and they crashed into
Oh.
each other.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that was last year.
They must have lost visual because of the smoke, you think?
Yeah,
I
I
think
think that's what happened. So how far is the fires from Studio City?
From Studio City?
Yeah, California.
Yep, right here. I'll show you. There's let me go, you know what? Let me bring up the fire and thing, and I'll share it with
Has anybody's homes been damaged yet, or is it just for empty land?
Oh no, there's only been a couple of structures, but mandatory evacuation, and now it's heading for more structures.
Oh man, crazy.
Here, this will give you an idea. Share. Here's our wonderful state right now.
Yeah.
Acres burned, 906,000 acres with one fatality.
Heading for 1 million, huh?
And we're bothered about the Amazon rainforests.
Oh, look at all the fires.
Wonder how many people are out there with the s'mores.
Well, how many people fired? There right now. There's 421,412 responders out there.
Jeez.
500,000 responders.
Yeah, so get some that come from other states. to
One
help too.
fatality, it says.
Yeah.
Look how many
how-
fires there are.
Here-
6,045.
Studio City's over here. So
But
the
it's-
fires
it's-
are all up in the mountains up over in here.
Does that say below the fatality where it says one? It says is a fire
Civilian.
Oh, yeah.
So what's next to it? Zero fire. Is that a zero?
Yeah,
or-
it says 1 fatality, 2 civilian, and 0 firefighters.
Oh, it says one civilian.
One civilian.
All right, my eyesight's terrible. Oh yeah, 1.
And
It'd be
this
difficult if there was only one fatality for the to be two of them civilians.
and this
Oh,
and
yeah.
this one over here on the hillside here, I'll zoom in. This is over towards Dre. He's on the mount. He's on the flatlands, but this is where Dre is at.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's probably. I'm sure he's getting some of that smoke from.
Oh yeah, he got the smoke there, but it's up. In fact, he was texting somebody else. He says, "I think we're going to have to postpone or delay delay the work." And I wrote him back, and I'm going, "Dre, who are you talking to?" And he goes, "Oops, wrong person," because where he was going to is over here. So this is us here. This is what they call Cal Fire.
Mhm. So how does your homeowner insurance cover all this lot, or doesn't it?
Insurance rates here in California, there's 4 companies have pulled out completely of insuring homes.
Mm.
And that was last year they started.
Look at like all the fires that are everywhere right now.
Oh yeah.
All up through Canada, Alaska. Jesus Christ.
Look at Canada.
I wonder why we gave the island up.
Yeah, Canada, they had real bad ones. What was the last year before? Remember that?
I have to keep Paul Hodges off from torching up his country.
Yeah.
You'd think though, it'd run out of fucking things to burn.
Well, you know, that's one of the things that people were complaining about in parts of California too, was PG&E supposedly putting up like supposedly they were supposed to put a couple $2 billion up to start dropping a lot of the electrical grid underground, so hitting trees and smoking trees. And I was watching a video and a whole town is like pretty much like suing them now because they only did 2 miles and they were spending like over 100 miles done or something, but they only did a couple miles and that was it. See if I can find that video.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't really help having your all your electric cables above ground. You're going to get sparks then, aren't you?
Majority of our city here is above ground. It's only when they started putting newer developments in, we call them tract homes, putting subdivisions in, then everything went in underground with that. But all the older homes are like around us. We're all overhead
wires.
People don't realize the cost of it. Our city's looking to put it in, so they put in got a proposal in order to go out to what it would cost to go underground. And now, mind you, this is just the conduit lines. Now it's the cost of the homeowners, and these homeowners now we know that, oh yeah, we want it. Well, these homeowners are starting in with a starting bill of about $20,000 to $25,000 just on their property side in order to put it in.
That was the video I watched where they were talking about PG&E and how they've been lying about how much they're actually putting underground. I don't know how true it is. I just watched the video and
it's not that bad. It just depends on where they put it. Like for me, I've got concrete. I'd have to saw cut all the concrete because I put a future to where the pole was, and I came out of the panel, and I have a what they call a Y that comes out, so you can come in with the one from the pole, but then a future I have it turned out to where it would go straight down like RV parking on the side of the house. So I'd have to saw cut all the way down and then trench down to do it.
Well, this area that they're talking about in the video is more of like forested areas, more rural areas where they were supposed to be dropping it because they've power lines hitting trees and starting fires. And they keep telling everybody they were going to spend billions of dollars dropping all these lines underground, but they only did a few miles. But then they told all these townspeople they were going to do the whole area, and they ended up not doing it.
Well, they've got this one area tested in Dana Point, which is up on the hill from us here. So from where the harbor is, if you're looking over towards the land side here, just about that second, the first dock that you see over my shoulder here, if you took that straight inland and went up the hill, one area up there, which is covering one say city block, the cost to put that in is right at about, what was that last figure that came in? It was damn close to $4.5 million.
Yeah, it ain't
Now,
gonna
is that
cheap.
because, is
Yeah,
that
well,
because of the
that's
state though?
doing
And all the
absolutely
regulations and
nothing
stuff?
to the electric
Well,
company as far as their profit goes.
you got to remember on a property line, let's just say this is a piece of property where I'm sitting. Your poles are usually at the back or corners. And if they come
Right.
in to do this, that's going to be up in the front. So your service is going, so say my head's the house and I've got an aerial drop going up over to here. Well, now I've got to come down from the side of wherever my house, come down, go out for me to get there. All the main supplies are going to have to be cut in and brought in all brand new. And you're going to be going down the middle of the streets. And there you have your water, your sewer, and everything else that you got to worry about.
No,
But what I'm saying is,
they go down the footway, not the middle of the street.
Yeah, I always go down the pavement.
Yeah.
but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, would it be cheaper to do it in another state? Or is this because regulations California has?
I'm just talking cost. Now you want to talk about regulations? The
That's what I'm
cost,
saying though.
the cost for permitting and everything else.
Oh, go out. Don't just stand there.
The permitting it will be a costly, but they'll be able to get it through because the state wants to get the stuff underground. Now you're talking about the transmission lines. That's another story. You know, what we're talking about is utilization lines. Your transmission lines, where you're coming from major power plants and stuff like that. That's where all those fires up in Northern California hit. That Pacific Gas and Electric and everything. Where I mean, 2 towns are completely wiped out up there, and those were. You know, when some of the guys in our drone community actually got jobs working up there as spotters or pilots for flying and all the power lines out there.
Yeah,
Now, when
we've
you're
got
talking
overhead
about
power lines here. They go all over
now,
the pines. It's ridiculous. It's put
now
under,
you're talking that you're talking billions of dollars.
Yep.
They want to sit there and put it in. I sat down one day just thinking California. California alone, you're probably talking close to $1 trillion in order to completely redo the infrastructure. Not the plants, not power plants production. I'm just talking about reducing the infrastructure to repair it and replace it and to harden it in case, you know, an EMP.
The only advantage of doing it, well, there's 2 advantages. One, it'll cut less fires. But if you get to the system like we have, where it's all underground, when we have a power voltage, yeah. So say like this property caused a power outage, in seconds, as the power goes out to the whole town, within seconds, they pinpointed this property and they revert the power round so everyone else is back on and we're still off. Yeah, and it's done in seconds, literally. But sometimes all you see is a flicker of the lights. It's that quick.
Yep.
So there's advantage to it, but it bloody costs a lot of money. And I suppose the UK are way ahead of you. Because we started putting everything underground after the Second World War. Yeah, the old tin houses, they used to have the power cables that go from one house to another, to another, to another, and they daisy chained. You get one house in the middle that would plug an hairdryer in, and that'd go boom, and then a house halfway down the road would end up catching fire because the power surge went back that way.
Yeah.
They were horrible.
Boy, that steak is starting to smell good.
Well, I think I'm going to call it because the debate's coming up.
Well, you got a lot of time, but
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock your time.
An hour from now.
Not here. It says it's 8 o'clock.
Well, it's 9 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah.
Well, when I look at my thing and pull me up what's going on, it's
Oh,
Yeah,
got,
they-
got
You're gonna have all that media hype build up.
Yeah, exactly, David. I was going to sound.
It's gonna be like the what do you call it?
Yeah, they're gonna give bullshit for the first hour.
Yeah, it's gonna be like your Super Bowl. You know, lots of build up, lots of adverts.
Show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Hang in there then.
Yeah, you'll,
They get
you'll probably have a
bullshit
few.
for the first hour, and then for an hour and 90 minutes, another 90 minutes to get more bullshit.
Yeah, you're gonna have the music artists coming on, singing the songs.
The actual debate starts at 9 Eastern. Now, whether it's
Well, this
starting
is-
early from just them talking, and it's just going to be a
No,
bunch
they're
of
not.
because on ABC News is channel 31 here, and it says
yeah, they're probably
presidential
just
debate
talking
race
about it.
for the White House.
Right.
Yeah, they're just talking about it.
Well,
Yeah,
let me point something out to you guys. Like your Super Bowl, it's on over here, right? However, you guys are talking about having 1 hour pre-build up. They've been on about it all fucking day. It doesn't matter to us.
Oh yeah, because the time frame in Eastern time is this program starts at 8 and ends at 11, so that means it's a 1 hour debate, right?
90 minutes.
90 minutes.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
Hour and a half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
but
have
the
another.
They're gonna have
actual-
an hour, then 90 minutes, then a half hour of bullshit again.
Yeah, and then they don't actually come on stage till
Well,
9 o'clock.
you gotta remember, you gotta pay for all those multiple $1 million commercials that are gonna be in there.
Did he come?
Well,
Did
'cause
he
it's-
still come on to music?
I
Because it's
said
I
just
before,
believe a couple of artists have asked them not to play their music.
It is. It's just going to be like the Super Bowl. It's just going to be a bunch of news people just sitting and talking about it like sportscasters for an hour.
Do they have
before
a
it starts.
halftime show as well?
Oh, Tashi. You got to give credit to America. They know how to build things up. They know how to put on a show.
All the media. Yeah, the one thing this fire is affecting are the flights going to Orange County Airport to John Wayne, which is our local municipal airport here, which is a pretty big. I mean, it's not big in size, but it's a busy airport for its size. So they're all having to divert around all those fires.
No, but that's fun.
Catch y'all later.
Catch you later.
Are you leaving? Okay. He's the one that was telling me not to leave.
Say as I do, Paul. No.
We got
Say,
seven
do what I
people
say,
watching.
not as I do.
We got
Yeah.
7 people watching. I think I'm going to call it. Steve, thanks for coming in, my friend.
Oh, thank you. Good to see you guys.
Good to see
Yeah, it was
you
nice
too.
seeing you again, Steve.
Come in again. David, Mark,
Yeah. Don't leave it so long.
Joe.
Later, y'all.
Okay.
I'll be on in the
Mark,
morning if I
Joe.
got electricity.
Electricity.
He's got a hurricane coming his way.
Yeah, but not tonight.
Well, tomorrow morning we're gonna start getting the wind, so we'll see.
Okay, we'll see you in the morning.
Prayers are with you.